Hey, how's everybody doing out there tonight? Let me turn a few things on here. Let me get it rolling. Things I should have done before I went live. How's everybody doing out there? Boy, the lighting is bad on StreamYard, ain't it? Yes, sir. Let's see if we get some light on in here. I don't know if that's going to help or not. Don't know if that's helping or not. Got the reefer kicked in on. Love it. Love it. Let's see what we got here. See what we're doing here on my 5 million my 5 million updates coming on here. Got to know about everybody doing everything. Got to know about all this stuff. Got to know about all this. What's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody doing? Don in the house. What's up, Don? Sitting in a Chicago blizzard. No, 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 no. That's not a thing. Um, that's not a thing. Yeah, I was looking. Detroit's going to have some freezing rain in the morning, so I got to deal with that. I'm gonna have to deal with that. Sitting in a blizzard. Dang it, man. Dang it, man. Yeah, StreamYard won't let me use my own thumbnail. Boy, that really makes me mad. Oh, that makes me mad. Let's see. Don's in the house. What's up, Don? Jerome Jones, big money. Let's see. DIY sitting in a Chicago blizzard. Haven't moved in an hour and 40 minutes. Ouch. Like, you mean like, oh yeah, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. I just gave myself the old thumbs up there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. There it is. Right there. So you're sitting in traffic? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Oh, that sounds miserable. That sounds miserable. Benjamin Stewart in the house, snowing here in Minnesota. Yeah, whew. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. I'm sitting in Ohio right now, and we're squeaky clean. I think I'm done for the day, man. I think I'm done for the day. I'm having another one of those days where like that afternoon slump just kicked my ass, and I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't want to go play in the snow tonight. I don't want to be trying to find a parking spot while it's all that's going on. So I just shut her down. I just found me a parking spot, and I said I'm done. I'll get up, deal with the other in the morning. Um, I don't have to be up there. I don't have to be up there super early. And I was actually thinking about getting up super early and delivering this early. But I don't know. I'm like, if it's going to be bad, I'm going to give them a little time to work on the roads and get that situation figured out. Oh, jeez. All right, we're back. We're back. um, yeah, that's the first time this phone holder's ever fell off the window. I hope that's not a reoccurring trend because I take my phone out of the case when I put it in here. So I may have to leave it in the case when I do these. If it's going to fall off like that, that's a pisser. Let's see. Where were we at? Where are we at before that all fell off? Let's see. D's World says, "What's up, Cash? I didn't get the Freightliner. I got a 2015 Peterbilt 579 10-speed automatic, 427,000 miles. Can you give your true opinion?" Yeah, 2015. I will tell you this: if that's got the 10-speed that I had, I hated that 10-speed, that automatic 10-speed in those Peterbilts. I've got a review on a 579 Peterbilt. I got a video out there you can check out. Um, Yeah, I've had a couple. I had a 2017 and a 2018, and that 10-speed automatic was atrocious. So I hope you've got a different transmission. I heard cryptoverse lease purchase man panties is serious issue. Thanks for addressing it. Yes, that's what I'm here for, to get to the real issues. I mean, lease purchase. I can cut you a pair of Hanes. Like, I mean, I paid $3 for them. For a pair of Hanes at Walmart, but I'll lease purchase them to you for let's say 75 cents a week for 3 years. Sound fair? Like, I don't know. I'm looking at some of these lease purchase deals, man, and woo. I mean, I'm not looking at them like somebody sent me a video about a lease purchase deal, and I'm just like, $1,100 a month for a payment? Like, what? Who? What? When? What? Huh? Why? Like, yeah. No, thank you. D's World says PACCAR engine. I don't know, 427,000 miles. Yeah, I don't know. I would. I don't know. I don't know. I had a lot of issues with the two PACCARs I've owned, mostly after treatment issues. On that 2017, that thing threw a code every other day. I could not wait to get out of that truck. Let's see. Claude says, "What's up, Cash in Kansas? Hopefully you're in the dry and not, not dealing with what all these other people are dealing with." DIY says, "Yep, DIY. Tell us about low rates. Yeah, rates suck. Like, yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't haul for these rates. That's why I'm sitting still right now. I refuse to haul for these rates. I would sell my truck if I could right now to get out of it because these rates are so bad. I'm thinking about burning it for the insurance money because rates are so bad. Let's see here. D's World, congrats. Yeah, it's always nice to get a new truck, something nice. That the only, I mean, like, the real drawback for that truck for me was that 10-speed auto, man, drove me loony. No audio. Yeah, I hit the mute button when I dropped the phone, apparently. Hopefully you can hear me now. Let's see. Yeah, okay now. G. Adam Blocker says, in Iowa now, headed to Chicago tomorrow. Okay, hopefully they get all this cleaned up by tomorrow. Yeah, I was looking at Detroit. That's where I'm going. I was looking at that. I got freezing rain scheduled for early morning hours. It gets warm enough, like probably around noon, to be not freezing rain. It looks like it turns into just rain. It gets up to about 38 tomorrow. So, I would imagine the fuel I bought in Alabama is not treated. So I got to watch this weather. But I may stop and buy some fuel in Ohio in the morning on the way to Detroit. So I got to look at that. I got to plan this out. So yeah. Let's see where we at. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, I Heart Cryptoverse. Welcome. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing today. I don't know if I got my. Oh yeah, I don't know if I can check that on the. No, I can't check that. Damn it. I mean, I can just look up Bitcoin. I was going to look at my personal Bitcoin account, see how much money I made today. Bitcoin, yeah, bring it on, Bitcoin. It never goes down, right? That's the best part about Bitcoin. 27,704 right now. Whew. Yeah. I'm a genius, I was buying Bitcoin back like 2 months ago. I'm a genius. What could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? No. I did buy some a while back, though. It's doing quite well. I'm pretty happy with myself. Shout out to K Save for telling me to. he didn't tell me to do that, but he brought it to my attention that Bitcoin was like, you know, on a come up. I got a light up there. It keeps going in and out. I don't know if y'all see that or not. My truck's haunted, I think. Jason Hall, what's up, Cash? I'm in Sellersburg, Indiana. No snow? Yeah, that's a good place to be then, because snow is a bummer this time of year. You know, if it was snowing, feel like snowing in June, then you'd be like, oh, great, this is a relief. We needed some cold snow. But right now, it's no good. It's no bueno. DIY Semi says, topic, 30 reasons Prime is the best. Go. They give you detailed settlements. That's like an amazing thing. No other company gives you detailed settlements. Oh, my God, let's go sign up right now. I don't know. I did some math on that. That came out to $188,000 for a truck to me. That's what I see. I don't know, like $188,000 for, you know, a guy shouldn't saddle himself with $188,000 worth of debt unless it is a nice 3-bed, 2-bath, you know, in a decent neighborhood. Other than that, a guy shouldn't be going $188,000 into debt. Just me. I don't care if it's the new shiniest damn thing on the road. It's too much money for a truck. Like, I'm just it. You know what I mean? They can tell you that it will, like, you know, they can tell you it will kiss you in the morning, and it will call you just randomly to tell you how much it loves you. That truck ain't worth it. I'm sorry, it ain't. I don't know. Maybe they got things in trucks now that I'm not aware of. You know, like I don't know. I'm just saying, like, but $188,000, no. Like, for $188,000, it better at least have one bathroom in it. And I ain't talking about a 5-gallon bucket with kitty litter. I'm talking about an actual bathroom. I know a guy with a killer lease purchase. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of guys with lease purchases. Yeah. Let's see here. What am I doing? How do I leave message? How do I leave? What? I don't understand StreamYard. How am I supposed to drop my own link? Does anyone know how you drop your own link? Oh, cool. I didn't know you could click on a comment and post it up there. Didn't know you could do that. Didn't know you could do that. Let's see. How can I brand it? I'm already branded. Let's do bubble. Let's do bubbles. I like that. Let's see what else we got. I can't get rid of the logo. Oh, they got some video. Oh, I can add video clips. Damn. I could do all kind of stuff. Water banners. How do I do that? This is so annoying that it won't let me just do this. Hang on a second, everybody. Hang with me. HTTPS // StreamYard.com. Whoop. Hang on. Oh my God, will something work? Just one thing today. I just need one thing to work. / /888 Z6. God almighty, this is forever. J9 9er KD 8 I think that's it. That looks like it. 88Z6 J9 K8. There we go. I drop a link there. If anybody wants to join in and talk a little bit about trucking, click that link. I do ask two things from you. I'm going to ask. Number one, don't be driving. You know, pull over, park somewhere before you decide to join. And number two, if you do call in, we're going to keep it to like maybe 5 minutes a caller. Just depends on how it's going. But, you know, I want everybody to stay entertained. So I may keep the conversation you know, and I want other people to be able to call in if they want to. So that's it. That's only two things I request is, you know, just don't be driving because it's kind of, you know, like I want to seem professional over here, you know. That's why I keep a Huggies box right here. I want to seem professional. But yeah, that's it. If anybody wants to join in, just click that link there. Hopefully, it brings you to me and not to some weird Japanese website where they sell used panties or some Chinese website where they sell kidneys. Let's see. Let me get back to it. DIY. He said he knows a guy with a killer lease purchase. I've heard of this. Let's see. I heart Cryptoverse. Only one user before you. Full Y front coverage. Immature adult talking here. Yeah, slightly used. I mean, I can get you a used pair for a little less. But if you want the new one, it's like full blown 75 cents a pair. Lone Star says, good evening, Cash and everyone at the Pilot in Georgia for the night. Picking up 38 head in the morning. All right. I'm imagining those are going to be big boys and girls if you're only getting 38 of them. Al John's in the house. What's up, Al John's? Ain't seen you in a hot minute. Says, sup, brother? I used to go to Detroit. Horrible. Yeah. No one enjoys going to Detroit. It just happens. Lone Star said, I've got my 2016 579 with Cummins for about 2 years now and love it. There you go. Is that the light outside that keeps going out? Yeah, okay, that's the light outside. I thought that was my light in here. I got a light that goes in and out back here sometimes. Let's see. Wombat's in the house. What's up, Wombats? He says, what's up, Cash? Hey, Cash, new camera, looking great. Yeah, I popped off and bought me this new phone a little while back. Looking back, bought this phone. Got me a new phone with my massive YouTube earnings, you know. Figured I'd make the quality a little better. I actually got a microphone now. Check this out. Got a microphone. Like, I haven't decided if it makes it any better yet. I've tried to listen back. I really can't tell much of a difference. Lone Star says, you need another 600-pound load so you can make your truck payment. Yeah, I mean, the load I got now weighs 16,000 pounds, and it's bumming me out, to be honest. It's like probably 12 times the amount of weight I like to haul. You know, I normally don't haul loads over 1,000 pounds because they bum me out. Let's see, we got a guest here. Let's see who we got. Roger M in the house. Roger, I'm assuming that's my man Roger Moore. Is that Roger Moore? What am I doing? Can't get camera working. I have no idea. I'm sorry, Roger. I may have kicked you out. I don't know if that's if you want to try it again, we'll try it again. I'm new at this. I'm new. I've only had one guest. Well, I take that back. I've only had 2 guests ever on my live shows, and that was DIY Semi the other day, and before him, I had Rodney Crouch came in for a minute. Rodney came in for a hot minute one day. So, let's see, where were we at? Let's get some more comments. Looking great. Thank you very much. I couldn't agree more. Wombat says, I just ordered a Freightliner to purchase. Originally wanted a Pete, but there's far too much more that would go wrong with that. I never had any problems with my current Cascadia. Yeah, that's me, man. I like a Cascadia. You know, I don't know, just like them. I've had experience with them, you know. Kind of on the Cascadia tips. They're a little cheaper, I think. I Heart Cryptoverse says 188,000 can get you a 2,000 square foot house with a pool in Oklahoma. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm not paying $188,000 for. I don't care what kind of truck it is. Like, you know, it ain't happening. It ain't happening, brah. It ain't happening. Like, but yeah, that was a mega carrier lease purchase situation there. And I was just thinking to myself, the first thing I thought, you know, because I'm saving up to buy a house right now. And yeah. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. There's no way I'm going down that road. Ain't no way. Oh, let me see here. Sorry, technical difficulties on the other phone over here. Let me get this figured out. Let's see. Just ordered. Okay, then it jumps all the way to the bottom. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, 2,000 square foot house. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, you know, because I'm working my butt off right now to save up, you know, to buy a house. And I'm just like, for those kind of payments, I mean, think about that. You could pay a freaking house off in 3 years, probably, making those kind of payments on a house. Now, given I know a house is, you know, a house is an expense. But, I mean, let's face it. Let's face it. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Let's see. Dang it, I can't get my freaking Wi-Fi to connect for some reason. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'm good enough. I can work it off of this other phone. If anybody wants to call in, click that link there. We will chat it up. We will get after it. Let's see. DIY says you can't drop it. Can't drop what? The lease purchase underwear. Me. $2. Hey you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Lolly Sanders with the $2. What is that called? A sticker? That's a sticker. Thank you very much. I will spend that wisely on frivolous things. Austin, Washington says, Cash, where are you in Ohio? I'm hunkered down in Piqua. It's coming down hard. Ooh, I got to check this radar, man. I think I might have shut down right before I got there. I'm like in the Dayton area. I'm in Dayton area. Ooh, yeah, boy, I shut down right before it. I sure as heck did. I sure as heck did. Check that out. Oh, and of course, that's just another thing that bums me out about StreamYard. You can't show your phone on there because it doesn't show up right. There we go. There we go. What about that? Yeah, see, this blue area is your problem right here. This blue area, all this right here. Yeah. Yeah, that looks rough, man. I hope that moves on out and gets on up out of the way. I like how this light keeps going in and out. Let's see what we got here. Roger Moore, there he is. I see him.
Hey!
Welcome in, Roger. How's it going?
It's going good, man. I got no volume. I just wanted to test
Can't hear you, Roger.
Hands.
Can anyone else hear Roger? Hang on a second. Let me try on this. Can anyone else hear Roger? Yeah, try backing out and coming back in. Hang on a second. Let me try on this.
All right, sounds good.
Can anyone else hear Roger?
I hear an echo.
There you go. Sometimes the audio doesn't work on these. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. We want to have Roger in. Let me get some comments while we wait on Roger to come back. Hopefully we'll get this working. Hunkered down in Ohio. We getting snow in Chicago. XPR is at 0.19. What is XPR? Is that like a cryptocurrency? I've been seeing stuff about that. Honestly, I know nothing about Bitcoin. I really don't. Let's see here. Let's see here.
All right, is
We
that any
got you
better?
now. Still
Test
no
1, 2.
audio. Am I the only one not
No
hearing
audio.
Roger? Still no audio. Am I the only one not hearing Roger?
Echo cans.
Still no audio. Am I the only
Test
one not
1,
hearing
2.
Roger?
Showing I got activity.
Say something for me, Roger.
Hey, how are you, Cash King? You enjoying this snowy blizzard?
Say something for me, Roger.
I hear you an echo. You enjoying this snowy blizzard?
Say something for me, Roger.
Nothing.
Okay, try.
All right. I can hear you talking. Can you hear me now? Nope. Now I lost you. Oh, looks like
Okay,
YouTube chat.
I think we got it now. I think we got it.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. How's it going, Roger?
It's going very well, Cash. How are you?
Good. Enjoying the weather. So are you getting any weather where you're at?
Yeah, I'm shut down in the southwest corner of Michigan at a pilot. I don't know what it's called.
There you go.
Yeah, we got about let's say a quarter inch, but it's coming down good. Roads are getting a little slippery, so I shut down.
Okay. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I didn't realize how close I'd got to it here. I guess just right up the road, it looks like it's coming down, but I don't know. I kind of just shut it down. I wasn't feeling it. You ever get like that? Just say I'm done.
Yep. So where are you shut down at?
I'm near Dayton, Ohio right now. I'm at the rest area here on 75.
Okay. So I'm just down the road. You probably got it a little earlier than I did. So
right.
Yep. I think we're all going to be parked this evening.
Yeah. It kind of looks like it. I'm hoping. I got to be in Detroit in the morning, but not super early. So I'm going to give them a little time and let them clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's always the plan. Let the crews work on it all night and throw down the salt. And
Yep.
I'm heading to central Wisconsin somewhere, so it'll be real rough up there in the morning.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
So you're heading to Wisconsin right now. So you're already loaded.
Yeah. I got a bunch of them chip pallets, so it's heavy, but if they fall out, I'm all right. I got an automatic disconnect on the fifth wheel, so if it starts getting sideways, I'll just pop that sucker and drop it and fly.
There you go. Yeah. You know, I delivered wood. I delivered wood for those Shep pallets. You know that wood comes from Brazil.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's fancy stuff.
Yeah, they ship that all the way from Brazil to make pallets.
Modern world. It's amazing.
Ain't that right?
They'll burn.
Ain't that right?
10 million gallons of bunker fuel to get garbage across an ocean, to build garbage out of it, sell it back to us.
Kind of strange, but I guess the economics work. They do it, you know.
Works for somebody. That's what they say about recycling. You know, they make a penny a ton on it, and if you ship enough tons, someone's buying Gucci handbags.
Right. Yeah. That's how it works.
Yes, it does. Hey, this is pretty cool, man. I don't want to tie up the line here, so.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I see you around on YouTube a lot. You're in here a lot. So how long have you been trucking?
About 3.5 years now.
All right.
I started off delivering Pepsi, off a lift gate, and then I was driving for this local company back in Utah, and I think I mentioned it on no, it was on Mark's channel. The 14 trucks I thought I had it made. My first OTR company. I was like, oh man, I slid in at the ground floor of this operation. You know, they're gonna get big, and I ended up they didn't have enough work to keep the new guy running. Of course, I was at the bottom of the ladder there, so
Right.
I went to go work for CRST. I was like, you know, the first company that would take me. Like I put out all the applications on the websites and everything. And the first recruiter that called me back, I was like, all right, when can I start?
Yeah, I've done that before.
That's what you got to do.
Sometimes sometimes it's not always the best companies that call you back first.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
Well, they know they got to be quick on the draw, otherwise they're gonna have nobody working for them.
That's true. That's kind of how I went to Western Express. I put out about 20 applications, and they called me back within 5 minutes. And I was like, let's do it.
I didn't know you worked for the Convict Brigade.
Yeah, I worked there for almost 3 weeks before I got the hell out of there.
All right. That's a wise decision.
Yeah. That was 3 weeks too long, if you ask me, but yeah.
Making 23 cents a mile?
Yeah, I probably wasn't even making that, honestly. Yeah, I went the dumbest route possible. I went to Western Express to do a flatbed lease purchase.
I think I remember hearing you mention that.
Yeah. I think my best week in the first week they don't even pay you because technically they don't pay you for orientation because you're not an employee. So the first week's a gimme.
Yeah.
Second week I made about $600, and then the third week I went home for like 2 days. My check was like $400, and I was like, yeah, I can't flatbed for all week for $600. I just can't do it. So
it's a lot of work.
It is.
Did you ever go back to do flatbed again with any other company?
No, I did some flatbed with Averitt Express. That was okay. I was a company driver. And their flatbed division's a very simple flatbed. Like they like square things that tarp easy.
Nice.
So
I've thought about doing it, but it just seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, if you can get good at it, there's a lot of money in it, but you got to get good at it, or it's a waste of time because you're doing a lot of hard work for a little bit of money if you're not good at it.
Yeah. Climbing up there and I think throwing the tarp. I used to work at a lumber yard and I'd help guys throw the tarps up. So just getting them up there, that didn't seem too bad. But it's all the folding. You got to get it all tucked in nice, so it don't blow away on you. That seemed like a lot of work.
Yeah, if you're not, like I said, if you're not good at it, that $40 or $50 tarp pay could take you 3 hours to put a tarp on, and you're not making very good wages at that point. So
no, and you're busting your ass. And
right,
that's not the reason I got into trucking. Let's just say that.
No. So you just pulling a dry van or?
Yeah, dry van. I did reefer for about 2 years with Pride Transport out of Salt Lake.
How are they?
I heard they used to be a really good company, and when I got on, they were like 350 trucks, and so it's one of the CR England brothers.
Yeah.
So Jay England is the guy that started, and apparently he was a really cool dude. He drove us home. He was still driving while I was there. He'd take out a load. He had a bunch of show trucks, and every now and then he would just, he wanted a reason to drive it, not just to shine it up, take it to a show. So he'd go pick up a load. But his son took over, and I think they're trying to make it like the fancy part of CR England. So they got like almost 1,000 trucks now. So it's but hey, I enjoyed it. You just have to drive around with a truck that says Pride on the side. So that doesn't really fit with my lifestyle.
Right.
So I decided.
Yeah, if somebody wanted to play a joke on them, they could get some vinyl stickers and make that look funny.
Yeah, well, it already has it's got a gradient, so it goes top to bottom like orange to blue or something. But
yeah,
it's pretty close to a rainbow.
Yeah, I've heard people say that about like CR England. They used to be a really good company, but just over time, when companies get bigger and bigger and bigger, there becomes the inefficiencies.
Yeah.
And it just wears on people to deal with that all the time. So.
Yeah. And even now, so I'm with GP Transco now.
Okay.
And they seem pretty good. I've been with them 8 months now, and I'm liking it. But I'm pretty close. I've been saving up over the past couple of years. I'm getting ready to buy a truck. So that's what really got me into your content. Was discussing the reality. I've been, obviously I'm sitting here on YouTube all day long, and just absorbing as much as I can. So
yep.
But I think I'm going to stay on with these guys. I'm going to run under their authority. So we'll see what happens. I may end up a company driver next year.
Well, that's a good move. It's at least you get to know the company. I've tried to explain that to people before. Like, if you think you'd like a company, go work there as a company driver first. That way, you really don't have as much. You don't have as much skin in the game. It's if it works,
feel them out.
Yeah, give them a chance. It's to me, it's always been a smart move to do that. Because you get an idea of what they're about.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been with your carrier?
I've been here. Let's see. I came back. I left for a while. I was here for like a year, and then I left to go try LTL line haul. And I sold my last truck. My last truck was a 2014 Cascadia, and it just got to the point to where it was just a one repair bill after the next repair bill, tow truck bills. I was kind of over it. And I said, well, let's try this LTL line haul. I did that with Holland. And I don't talk about the Holland too much as far as the company. But for me, it wasn't for me. Like, good company, they got their problems like every company. They're owned by YRC, which has some financial issues, to say the least. But
yeah, but they're insulated. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Apparently they are. I didn't realize how insulated they were, but
when you haul ammunition for the government, you're always going to be working.
I think they're Uncle Sam's nephew or something, because they ain't going out of business. No matter what they do over there, they ain't going out of business.
Losing money hand over fist in there.
Right. CEO getting bonuses. That's what killed me. The CEO got like $1 million bonus out of that. I was like, what?
Heck yeah.
You got to be kidding me. But yeah, it's like, okay, so I don't want to talk bad about Holland because I don't want other people to not go there,
Yeah.
Now, Western Express, I talk crap about them all day because I think no one should go there. Like, unless you are like, you got warrants for your arrest, you shouldn't be at Western Express.
No.
That ought to be their slogan. Got warrants for your arrest? Come to Western Express.
Can't extradite you from the road.
Right. Yeah, but Holland was okay.
It's good.
And I gave them a fair shake. But it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I like the system though. It is nice getting to sleep in a hotel every day. They put you up in a decent hotel. It's not like the Roach Motel, but it just wasn't for me. I don't know. I'm a business owner, entrepreneur type. Like I've had businesses outside of trucking, stuff like that. I like controlling my own destiny.
Yeah. Sink or swim on your own.
Yeah. and being the low man on the seniority chart at a union place does not sit well with me. Like
No.
when they call me and tell me, hey, we got no work for you. Oh, that don't sit well. It's like
Yeah. What do you mean?
I came here to work, so
Yeah. You're there to make money. You're not there to do your 40 and go home.
right.
Yeah.
So I've been back for about a year now, but
yeah.
I don't know. I like it here. Small company, kind of family feel. Works for me. That's the key thing. You got to find a place that works for you. It's
Yep.
just how it is. Not everybody is happy everywhere.
And they're close to your home, so you get,
right.
If you ever go to the yard, you're within driving distance. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've parked my truck on the street in Minneapolis before, and Minneapolis is getting hard up for money now, and they're starting to write parking tickets like you would not believe. So, yeah. Last time I parked my truck on the street near the house, I came back and I had a $47 parking ticket on my windshield. I was like, nice.
That sounds like it got off easy.
Yeah, probably did. As hard up as they are for money.
I've gotten bigger parking tickets in a pickup. Good.
Yeah. I've had some pretty good sized parking tickets, and one of them was actually a red light ticket. I got pled. I had one of those driver license lawyer things.
Oh yeah.
And they got it removed to a parking ticket, but God, it was like a $260 parking ticket.
Yeah.
But no points. So I took it. I took the deal.
That one of those lawyer things where you pay monthly on it.
Yeah. It's TVC Pro Driver is the one I use.
TVC. I think I've seen.
Yeah.
Okay. Because so GP apparently offers one of their own, and I keep meaning to call up about it, but I haven't done it. So
yeah, I would definitely. We get a group discount here. It's about $18 a month.
Okay, it's not bad.
But I think full price it's like $25 a month or something.
Yeah.
I would pay it either way because that one ticket, they went to court 11 times on that one ticket. Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah,
I almost wanted to send the guy a bonus, man. He gave him the runaround on that ticket.
Yeah. Well, it worked. Yeah. A red light. Yeah, they want to hammer those home. So.
Oh man. If you ever go through Hannibal, Missouri, it's US 61 in Hannibal, Missouri. They got 4 red light cameras in that town, and they make so much money from those red light cameras, dude. If you Google Hannibal, Missouri, the first thing that pops up is red light. Like how Google fills in the thing for you.
Yeah.
If you type in Hannibal, Missouri, the first thing that pops up is red light camera ticket.
That's their most popular tourist attraction.
That's all they got, man. That's all they got.
It's everybody.
It's one of those little towns. You know how that works.
Yep.
Them little towns, man. They got nothing.
Yeah.
We got a few questions here. If you want to help me answer a few questions.
Sure. Bring them on.
John Williams says, "What is your favorite state to deliver a load, and your least favorite state to deliver a load?"
My favorite is my home state, Utah.
Okay.
Because I like it out there. My least favorite, Illinois, California. I mean, but that's obvious.
Yeah. That's kind of like what state do you like to truck in? It's kind of like that. Like, I don't know, like you're talking about my home state, usually because I'm going home, like,
and you feel good there. Like,
yeah. Right.
Like, oh, I know this place.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. What's your least favorite?
My least favorite's probably something out on the East Coast, like Jersey or Boston. I love the city of Boston. I hate trucking in Boston.
I've never been, so
it's a great city unless you're driving an 18-wheeler with a 53-foot trailer. Like, and it's just, you know, it was designed in the 1800s. It's just not made for what we're driving here. I showed up the last Boston delivery I did. I showed up and it was a strip mall with the dock on the front of the building. Like, I'm like, what are we supposed to do here? Like, what is this? Like,
stick out in the road.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was misery, dude. It was misery.
That's when you got to back in at an L so you don't get swiped by traffic. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I've had them like that. They're like, hey, can you drop the trailer when you put it in a door? I'm like, oh, really? Because they're like, yeah, you're going to be out in the road if you don't. I'm like, God, man, why do they do this to us?
I hate doing that. So let me tell you a story about that. I don't know if anyone's interested, but so I used to load lumber onto the trailers, and we had one of those little dolly things, you know, those yellow things that go under where the kingpin is, so the trailer don't tip forward. We had this one asshole who was, you know, he's better than everybody, of course. So he goes in with it was a class 7 lift, so it weighs about 12,000 pounds, and then he's got 5,000 pounds of lumber on the front, and he's rolling it all the way up to the front of the trailer into the nose, and the whole trailer just tips forward, falls flat on his face, and he goes out the side of the trailer. And thankfully he stayed on the lift, so he didn't get crushed by nothing. But man. I hate dropping them trailers. You know, you go to Walmart and they say drop the trailer and pull away, and you're like, I don't want to do that. Some guy's gonna die, or he's gonna fuck up my trailer. That's really what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a big one there, man. Like, I don't like it when they make me drop it and then go around the corner and park, and I'm like, I can't watch what's going on here. I don't like
at
this.
The Targets?
Yeah. Target, Walmart. Luckily, like in the winter though, they don't make you drop your trailer in Minnesota at the Walmarts because the ground gets frozen, and they've had people like going into the trailers, and the trailers like inches away from the door slowly. So they make you stay hooked to them. At
least they realize that. Yeah, they're so worried about people pulling away. But anyway. All right. So
there's ways to prevent that. There's ways to prevent that.
Leave the truck hooked up to it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Let me get through a few comments here. Let's see. When the time is right and my truck is clean and ready. Okay, Rodney Crouch says he's going to show us his truck. Texas Trader, what's the HOA with a new home? I've been warned about my pickup trucks before, so I can imagine the HOA screaming about a Freightliner in the driveway. Yeah, I don't have an HOA.
Don't do it.
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking about when I buy a house. I've been looking at some outside of Minneapolis. I'm thinking about moving out to the country. You know, I grew up in a very rural part of Tennessee. Like my high school had about 300 people in it. So you know, I'm thinking country. DIY says it's done snowing in Chicago, but it's a big mess. Yeah, I bet. I'm glad it stopped snowing though. Maybe that'll move on through for us.
Yeah, we're rolling tomorrow.
Let's see. Roger sounds great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me see. I can hear both of you now. Okay, so we're working through some of the comments from when we were having technical issues. So as far as GP Transco, is it? I know they're working on it because, like, I talked to their, you know, their social media guy. You know, he was wanting me to do. I told him to email me the other day. He was wanting me to do a video talking about, you know, being an owner operator and stuff like that. Which, you know, I would do it because I just want to help people out. But as far as like, how's their freight? Like, are they mostly drop and hook, or?
I'd say 25% drop and hook.
Okay, that's a pretty good percentage. I mean, they're not a huge company.
No, and right now they have 50% contracted freight, and then 50% off load boards or through other brokers. Right. So you get a mix of that, and obviously, as company drivers, we don't see it. You know, it's all the same to us. Yeah. So anyway, go ahead. Next question.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would like to know more about them. I mean, there's a lot of people out here that work for companies that are not that great, you know, and you know, there's a lot of information out there on GP Transco, but it's always nice to get another guy's, you know, honest opinion on them. As far as, so if it's 50% contracted, you probably go to the same places a lot, or okay.
Yeah, there's a couple places like we pick up paper from in Indiana. I gotta remember how much you're supposed to tell. And
you can just say paper.
I go there. Yeah, I go there 2 or 3 times a month, let's say. Sometimes more. And then hardware store companies, we do, I'd say, the same location maybe twice a month or so. So it's fairly regular, but every time is someone. I went to 2 places today that I've never been to, so it's interesting.
And as far as your area you run, do they have regional stuff, or are they just over the road? Is every driver over the road?
Every driver's over the road. I've been asking them about doing some dedicated stuff because we have a couple contracts in Colorado, and sometimes we do some stuff in Utah. So I would like to have something where I go back and forth. Obviously, you know, but it's all, you know, it's just regular OTR. You know, we're bouncing around wherever. So
if they offered you a dedicated run, you'd be up for that? Because I know a lot of OTR guys don't want that. They don't want that dedicated.
Yeah, I think I would like it for a little while, but I'd have to like bounce on and off it. Yeah, I would get bored. Yeah. But if they gave me, like, let's say, so we actually have. So I live in a very, very small town in Utah. It's about 500 people, and there is a shipper out of there that ships freight. So if I could come out of my town into Chicago, that'd be about 1,600 miles. If I could get that on a dedicated, man, that'd be sweet. You know, 2 loads a week.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah.
I used to have a pretty interesting dedicated with USA Truck. Now I picked up. It came out of the same facility on the pickup, but it had 3 different places that we would go to. So you do the same 3 routes, but not you never knew which one you were going to till you got to the pickup.
Sure.
You know, like just whatever was ready was the one you got. And I like that because it kept it broke up a little bit. And it wasn't like, you know, like they didn't really go in different directions, but there was different routes you could take, and it would be within, like, you know, 2 or 3% of the load's miles. So it gave you an opportunity to drive a different way and see a different road other than, you know, just back and forth.
Yeah, that'd be ideal because then you know, a little bit of variety. And then how about your backhaul? Would you get out of the same facility?
Yeah, straight back. Okay. It was automotive stuff. So it was we take like, it was mostly interior parts like headliners and door panels.
Okay.
Yeah, and you would just take empty racks from the facility back to the manufacturers and then drop the empty, pick up the loaded one, come right back to the one facility. So it was golden. Yeah. Then USA lost that contract and they put me on another dedicated run, and it was point A to point B, just back and forth. And yeah, that got a little, that wore on me a little bit. And it was short runs too. It was only 350 miles one way.
Yeah.
So
That's too frequent.
I knew where every freaking bump in the road was. I knew like every truck stop along the route. I knew too much. Let's just say I knew too much.
Well, you see the guys when you go into the truck stop, and the cashiers are greeting them, getting their coffee in the morning. You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Where they know you at every truck stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew when I pulled up at the shipper or I would pick up out of Nissan in Smyrna, Tennessee, and I would go over to the Charlotte area. Like, I never spoke to anyone. Like, I just knew, like, I pulled in at the place in Charlotte. I'd back the trailer in. They'd pull my 10 pallets off, put 10 pallets back on. And I'd go in, get the paperwork, drop it over in Nissan, turn around, come back. Oh, man, it was like, it was. I stuck with it. I stuck with it as much as I could, but I eventually had to be like, all right, guys, I'm dying here. I'm dying here.
You might as well be working in an office, punching the clock every day.
Yep. Yeah, it took all the adventure of trucking out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a little weird. Let's see here. What else we got? Let me check some. Let me check some. See, Rick says actually Hannibal is the childhood home of Mark Twain. Yeah, I'm sure Mark Twain is very proud of their red light camera situation. That's all they got, man. That's all they got over. John M says 3-time felons love Western Express. Yeah, you can have active warrants and go to work there. They don't care. If you're willing to work for pennies on the dollar, they'll take you. You know, I think Mark the other day did a video about them, and they make $800 million a year total revenue at Western Express. Just blows my mind that people that they can get away with that.
Well, they come in bottom dollar.
Yeah. You know? And I will tell you this: I have seen their freight on the load boards because they got a huge brokerage. Like their brokerage side is probably bigger than their trucking side, especially in flatbed. They got a lot of flatbed contracts.
I bet they use their company drivers for all the loads that don't get moved off the board. They stick a company guy on it.
Well,
that only pays 40 cents a mile.
Yeah, exactly. And they got and they do not have, like, it's not cheap freight like you would expect. Like their freight pays really good if you can get your hands on it most of the time. Wow. But the problem is they don't share that money with the employees. It's amazing to me. Like, I mean, what's like CR England? I pull a reefer trailer, and some of the best paying loads I've pulled are CR England loads. Yeah. And CR England's got their own load board. You can sign up with CR England on their load board. And they got some good paying freight on there. It is not cheap freight. Now I know they probably bump the price up sometimes just to get something moved. I know that happens, but at the end of the day, I mean, I've hauled some $3.50 a mile freight for CR England, and I'm like, I bet the company guys over there making 14 cents a mile with 3 of them in a truck are just they'd die if they knew that.
Yeah. If they knew if we could see the contracts, there'd be no company drivers.
Right.
They'd all be like, "What the hell am I doing? I'll go rent the truck from Ryder."
Yeah, I seen a truck on Craigslist you could rent the other day for $1,400 a week. So
you'd still be making money. Not much, but
the first time I really got my eyes open to freight prices I was still at USA Truck, and I was pulling those ABF U-Pack. They're like a big metal box. You put all your stuff in it. ABF comes, picks it up, puts it in a trailer. and then it's kind of like a portable U-Haul, kind of like those pods. Yeah, the pods, exactly. I was hauling some of those empty from USA Truck from a terminal in Connecticut to a terminal in Charlotte, and so USA was started by some executives from ABF. Like, they were old time, big money, and like they started out USA Truck. They bought like 50 trucks day one, started a company.
Yeah.
And so anyway, USA Truck used to do a lot of stuff like that, but they gave me, instead of just a freight, like a BOL, they gave me like the freight, like price on the bill and everything. Like, they gave me the
actual contract.
Yeah, the real paperwork. And I did the math on it, and it was paying, and this was in 2006, I think. It was paying $240 a mile. I remember it. I'll never forget it. It was paying $240 a mile.
Fucked up.
And I was making, at the time, I think I was making 30 cents a mile, 32 cents a mile. I went ballistic, dude. I was like, wait a minute. I got some half-ass benefits over here. Their benefits weren't that great.
Yeah.
I was like, I am like killing myself over here. They got me an old International, old 9400i. I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, they were getting $240 a mile on that, and that was out of Connecticut. Yeah. I was like, I gotta find a new job. I gotta get paid better than this.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I can only. I mean, when you talk about your numbers, it blows my mind. I'm thinking to myself, man, I know what I'm hauling. It's obviously reefer freight pays a little bit more, but it's got to be 2 or 3 times what I'm getting paid, at least. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, spot market stuff too is, you live by the sword, you die by the sword sometimes, like. I'm looking at loads out of Detroit right now back to Minnesota, and it's just like, I mean, they're okay, but in normal time, like if rates weren't this good, that's not a good lane. And, so sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Sure.
Let's see. Let me get to some. Rick N says everyone start looking for checks tomorrow. Okay, so stimulus checks are supposed to start as soon as tomorrow. Wow. I do not get stimulus checks, so that's a bummer.
You don't get stimulus checks?
No.
Self-employed?
They have an income limit on them.
Oh, you're doing your taxes wrong. You're right off.
Can't
buddy.
hide everything.
You should be losing money every year.
Yeah.
I lost it all. Go gambling. Set up a poker table in your basement and lose it all to your wife.
Yeah, then she's got to pay the taxes on it. It's I don't know. Yeah. I employ my kids, I work a few strategies,
There you go.
But
yep.
There's a few things you can do, but yeah, I don't know. It's like punishing success sometimes in this country. It's like you work 100 hours a week, and then
it's all the guys in the middle. Everyone on the bottom gets helped out, and then once you get over the threshold, everything works in your favor. But everyone in the middle, they don't want nobody coming up. So
right. Yeah, it's like it's like they come out and they tell you just blatantly is the way it feels that you can do good up to this level.
Yeah.
but we don't want you up here at this level. This level's not allowed. Here is okay. But don't come up here. Like
yeah, we don't want no competition up here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Start lobbying.
Yeah, I once said I wanted to be a senator, and my business partner at the time, he said, "Why be a senator when you could just buy a senator?"
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's smart.
Yeah. You don't
That's
want to be number
exactly
one. You want to be number two.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to be George W. Bush. You want to be Dick Cheney. You know,
Exactly.
like you don't want none of that heat. You know, you want to be out, shooting lawyers in the face and,
Getting away with it.
getting
Starting
your
wars
ninth
for your
heart.
buddy.
Yeah, getting your ninth heart transplant while you're, starting a war. But you don't want to take none of the heat from that. You want to hire a guy.
Yeah. I mean, he still doesn't get that much heat, even though everyone knows it was him.
Yeah.
Old GW still gets all the flack for it.
Uh-huh.
That guy didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh, Chili Dog in the house says, Chili Dog says, who is this guy? I came in late. This is Roger. That's
brother.
who this is. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know it. Roger's my first cousin.
It's the Moore family.
Yeah, he's a stunt man. He was in Dukes of Hazzard. Let me see what else I can come up with. Oh man, yeah, Roger's a huge fan, and of what I don't know, he hadn't told us yet, but he's a huge fan of something, I'm sure. And but no, he's Roger's a truck driver. If anybody else wants to call in, go for it.
Yeah,
we're having a good time we're having a good time with Roger.
Come on in.
Yeah, DIY Semi says, Cash, if you don't work where you are, where would you go? Oh man, I would probably do. I thought about going to Prime to blow up my YouTube channel. It seems like those guys at Prime do pretty good on the YouTube. But I don't know. If I didn't work here, I wouldn't know. Woo, look at that snow, everybody. Oh, man. Come on. Breaking my heart here. No, nobody needs to know that. Yeah, nobody needs to know that.
I figured I'd show you because it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Let me show you all the secret to trucking. See that up there?
Yeah.
That's an 80-liter freezer.
Ah, okay.
So you buy all them frozen meals at the Walmart.
That's what I'm hauling right now I'm hauling TV dinners right now.
There you go. That's the secret to trucking right there. I spend $7 a day on food.
This is my dinner.
Oh, there you go. Pork chops.
Pork chops, boneless center cut. Come on.
I can't cook on the truck.
Why not?
I can't stand the smell of food cooking.
Huh?
And I'm real particular about that. So I wish I could. I've seen guys bust out the hibachi grill out on the catwalk.
Yeah,
I could do that in the summer, but cooking in the truck, I can't do it. I tried, but I just then I'm spraying everything with Febreze.
Yeah, you definitely got to crack a window and let some of that steam out when you're when it's going like that, But no, I like cooking in the truck. I got the George Foreman grill. I got a hot plate, a microwave. I got a little table, like a little folding table. I put here between the seats, or sometimes I just set it on the passenger seat, and I'll throw the Foreman on it, and or the hot plate, and just cook it up. I'm too cheap, man. I hate eating at these truck stops.
Oh yeah, they'll get you. They'll get you.
Yep.
Anyone ever buy one of these? These Wii Boosts?
I have looked at those. How is that?
They're phenomenal. So
really?
They work out in the wilds of Wyoming, where you get no signal.
Yep.
I get signal the whole way through. The hills
yeah.
in Tennessee. You know, when you're going through the hills up there in Tennessee on,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. I get signal the whole way. So this model is going off the market. So right now you can find them on sale. I got one in the truck already. I got 2 more today.
Dang.
These things retail for $500.
I seen that. I seen it Flying J. How much?
$70.
Oh, come on, man.
I got 2 more of them. I'm gonna put them on Amazon. I'm selling for like $300.
Right? Yeah. See, I seen those at Flying J on clearance, and I thought about grabbing one, but I wasn't sure about them.
They're real good.
Okay.
If you can get them for about $300, they're a good deal. $500 is a little steep. I got one on sale a couple of years ago. But yeah, they definitely work.
Okay, good to know. I wish I'd have known that before you bought them all up.
I've been stopping at every truck stop looking for them. See if I can find some more.
Oh man,
I gotta get my down payment together. So
right,
hustle where I can.
I did that with anti-gel the other day. My whole under the bunk is just anti-gel from one side to the other. Like
I've been looking for that motor coat. I seen you talking about it today.
Yeah, I was at a pilot in Kentucky today. They had a few more, but I'm like, I can't get any more under the bunk. You know, like
get no more room. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I am stocked full under that. I thought about pouring some in the tank just for the hell of it. You know, like.
Yeah. Start selling it at the truck stop.
Right. Rick N says, Cash, have your company buy the house and park your truck and trailer there and write off your house. Okay. Might implement some strategies like that. I got a CPA that my person that does my taxes is like perfect for trucking. Her husband is an owner operator, so she knows all the little things to do. You know, and like she was doing my taxes before I even started driving a truck. So it just worked out like that. Chili Dog.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I asked you today about the food and lodging allowance. That's still like $60 a day, right?
Yeah, 63 if I'm not mistaken.
That's a good write-off right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about moving my personal residence to Tennessee.
Okay.
To get out of paying the state tax, and plus, you know, I mean, I live on the road, so it ain't like you know,
sure, my
address can be anywhere. But yeah, I think about moving it back to Tennessee because I was in Tennessee for years. You know, I grew up in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Chili Dog says, I'm looking hard at GP Transco after I get my year in. Yeah, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
It's a good gig. They're definitely not the only company out there. No,
what's that?
That ain't my real name, first off. But yeah, they're not the only company out there. Definitely.
Right.
You've been talking about Schuster, and yeah, there's a lot of other good companies. So,
right.
You know, yeah.
I had somebody ask me the other day. They were like, you know, you got to go to a mega carrier because they're the only ones that can insure you. And I'm like, no, there's a lot of good companies out there, especially like I know GP wants the year. You know, you got to put a year in. And honestly, GP's big enough that if they wanted to hire people out of school, they could. They just probably don't want to deal with the hassle. You know,
sure.
Like.
But yeah, they had a fatal accident 2 years ago, so their insurance is probably not the best right now. But
right,
yeah, there's hell. I mean, I found a company there in Utah that was, like I said, 14 trucks, and they hired me basically right out of school. So yeah, there's plenty of options
they're out there. You got to look for them though, you know, like because the big names buy the Google search, the PAM transports and the primes, and like you're not going to search truck driving job on Google. The first 10 pages are going to be CRST, CR England, Prime, Pam, USA Truck, the who's who of the megas. You know, Swift, Knight. That's what you're going to get. Adco says hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button.
And tip your host.
Sure. Yeah, tip your host. I'll take it. Host.
You got to buy some applesauce for them pork chops.
There you go. It's a good idea. Good idea. Let's see here. Al John says $188,000 for a truck. You can get 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and a couple of acres. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I bought this truck for $40,000, and you know the funny thing is, the broker don't pay me any less because my truck's a few years older. You know, it's like, yeah, you got to do some repairs, but I mean, okay, so I paid. Like, I got a warranty on this truck, and I paid for the warranty.
Sure.
So, let's just say you buy a $50,000 truck. Well, 180, that's 100 and, what, 100, the difference between buying 188 versus 50 is what, 138?
138,000. That's
I can do a lot of repairs for 138,000. I'm just saying, like,
you can buy a fleet.
You can afford new tires.
You can go BOC and buy 4 trucks.
Right, exactly. That's where I've always been with it. You know, it's like, there's some common sense to it. You know, like, trucking business is. There's times when it's tough and you just got to deal with it, but at the same time, when it's good, like right now, you just refine it down. You know, like. When the rates are good, I've been stacking money for maintenance, you know, put new tires on the truck, you know, like if things go south a little bit, I can ride it out a little bit. You know, it's like.
You're still going to be a business next year.
Right. But if you got $1,000 a week payment, man, that is rough. Yeah. Like that is rough.
Yeah. And you're always going to be fighting to stay afloat. You're never going to make, I mean, all this, the whole purpose of working is to get ahead. Hopefully,
right,
that is your purpose. So if you're just treading water, you know, a good wave comes along and you're done.
Right.
So.
Right. You got to have money for the strip clubs too. You know, like if you're spending all your money on fuel and truck payment, you know, how are you going to tip your, you know,
tip your host,
tip the strippers, tip your host.
Got to tip your strippers.
Tip your stripper. And of course we're joking. I haven't been to a strip club in so long. I don't even know what one looks like.
Yeah. The only strip club. All right. Let me recommend a strip club for you. There's a place called the
Acropolis. All right, here we go.
A place called the Acropolis. The Acropolis, like the Greek Acropolis.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it is.
Acropolis.
It's in southern Portland in Oregon, and you can get to it on your truck. You can park on the road there. And the owner of the strip club owns a cattle ranch, so they got great steaks. And it's the only strip club I've ever been in that has a salad bar. So if you're trying to be healthy while you're looking at some titties, there you go.
Watch your weight and watch your stripper.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I enjoy the steaks.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Gary Bates says he's stuck in Iowa. Stay safe out there, Gary. Don't do nothing you didn't got to do. Adco says I don't like the. Adco says I don't like the red light camera, but they didn't get me. Yeah. It's don't play fast and loose in Hannibal, man. It ain't worth it. I Heart Crypto versus I feel badly for the ex-felons who are stuck with going with Western Express. Yeah, that's punishment over there, man. That's punishment.
Yeah. What do you think? If you did a year, even if you had felonies, you did a year at Western Express, you think you can get on to something good then?
I think you could probably do 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
I think you can move up a little. You may not go like, you know, you may not move into that like premium, like, you know, like GP Transco. I think of them as like a premium, you know, company, you know, like I hear a lot of good out of Schuster. You know, you may not end up at one of those. It depends on what the felony is too. You know, like if you've got a, you know,
a truck.
Yeah. You know, I was high on heroin when I took out that school bus full of nuns. You know.
Yeah. In a
I don't
commercial
know.
vehicle.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, you know,
But you definitely you can make more steps from there.
Right, exactly. I think it's one of those companies, and I told somebody the other day, I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been on Asian Mai. He said, if CER England is the only company that will take you, go there.
Yeah.
You know, but my advice was call at least 100 companies other than, you know, the Western Express or the whoever. Like, you'd be amazed. You can find some stuff if you just make enough phone calls.
Yeah. The truckers report, that forum, they're real good. They got lists of oil and reviews on basically every company out there. That's actually where I found the other company I was looking at before I went on with these guys was GHT out of South Dakota, and they haul reefer from the 80 on north, and they're supposed to be a really good company. They got brand new Volvos. So if anyone's looking for a reefer company, GHT, I think they need 2 years experience, but they're supposed to they pay real good, and I've heard good things about them.
Are those trucks like green or blue, like a bright green, or
it's a dark gray?
Oh, okay.
And,
I'm thinking somebody else then.
Yeah. Gene Hardy or something. I don't know.
Right. I know Holland out of Holland Enterprises out of Fargo is a good reefer company too. But I don't know anybody personally that works there. I know, like, every time I see them, you know, out and about, like, you know, I've talked to a couple of their drivers. They seem pretty good. Let's see here. Adco says, if I was going back to company driver, I would at least call GP Transco. Yeah, I mean, I hear a lot of good things out of GP Transco. Let's see. Paul Harris says, clickbait title. Yeah, that's not clickbait, Paul. I will at least purchase you some underwear if you're hard up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And remember, if you can't afford the 75 cents a pair that I charge, I got used ones for 50 cents a pair.
Low mileage. Well, I mean, only washed and tied.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. AJ Heffy says, your only stimulus is Uncle Sam's hand in your pocket. Yeah, I don't get it. You know, I don't get it twisted. Uncle Sam ain't giving me nothing. I like it when the government gives me my money back and then pretends like they're doing me a favor.
Yep. Oh,
you know,
said that quote. There's a famous quote. Some guy says, if the government ever figures out that they can bribe the people with their own money, it's all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll see. I Heart Cryptoverse says that's power, getting to shoot someone in the face and get away with it. Yeah, Dick Cheney, honestly, he's kind of one of my heroes, man. The things he's
done. The guy
done.
apologized to him.
Uh-huh. Sorry I got in the way of your shot.
That's power. But he made him kiss the ring afterwards.
Now that you're out of
no blood on my hand, but kiss that ring.
So now that you've reattached your lips to your face, kiss my ring. Oh me. He's John Goodman's son. I heard Cryptoverse when they asked who you are. He said you're John Goodman's son. Okay. Let's see. Philip Trucker in the house. What's up, Philip? Philip says, who's your guest cash moving to the country is the way to go. This is Sir Roger Moore. He is a documentary filmmaker. He has been knighted by the Queen of England. And now he is doing a documentary on over-the-road truck driving with GP Transco.
Yep. well known in these parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Epstein
Ed
was a
goes
close
to,
friend. Let's just say that.
who was?
Epstein.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Georgie.
Yeah. Hey.
He's a good buddy
Shit.
of mine.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm still his friend. He ain't dead. We all know that.
Yeah. Living with Elvis on the moon.
Yeah, he's slapping fives with Michael Jackson on an island right now. I promise. They're both like, got him.
Yep.
Adco says Illinois is where mine goes. The ones I saw are higher priced. Okay. Don says he has them for sale. LOL. Yeah. If you need a lease purchase on some underwear, I'm your man. I got you. Rick.
Highly recommended from yours truly.
Yeah. We got sizes ranging from 1X to waistband blown out on a 4X. Like,
I seen a poor bastard today. Must have wore 80-inch pants. Man, you got to get off the truck.
Dude, some people just can't do it, man. Like, some people can't do it. I seen a guy the other day, not even playing, came out of a truck stop with a walker.
Oh shit!
And like, wasn't just using the walker like in case I slip. Literally leaned over on the walker. Probably weighed 500 pounds. Took 5 minutes to get the truck. Felt so bad for him. I was just like, man. And had 2 bags of stuff. Came out of the truck stop with 2 bags of stuff, and I was just like, that's motivation right there. For me, that's motivation. Like,
or desperation.
Yeah.
Poor
it's
bastard.
Like when I see that, I'm just like, dude, I've got to stop eating bullshit. Like it's But yeah. If anybody else would like to join in with me and Sir Roger Moore, you're welcome. Just click the link. If you go back in the chat, somewhere back there, I think it still might be available. Have we made it far enough to where that link is not available anymore? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew how to add a comment to this thing. Let's see. Where are we at? Rick N says, why am I going to search? I'm going to ask Cassius King to do a job search for me. Yeah, what is today? I gotta do a job search video. Okay.
Yeah.
I got I think I might do Detroit. Funny thing is, I'm going to Detroit. I think I might do Detroit next. Because somebody asked me for a Detroit a while back. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I need to do more out west. I know a lot of people have been asking me about out west.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
A lot of reefer. There's like 4 or 5 companies based there. Well, 4 or 5 big megas based there.
Right.
And there's a lot of local companies there.
Paul Harris says most companies have fatalities in the past 2 years. Most I looked at, 48 in total, had at least one. Most has 2 fatalities. Yeah, these companies, man, they like it happens. It happens.
Killing people left and right.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna bring in somebody else here. Aswash here. Let's see what he's up to. Never seen him in the chat before. We'll see what he's doing.
Hey.
What's up, man? How are you doing tonight?
Can you hear us, man?
Can you hear us?
He just wants to show off that sexy profile.
Cash, can you hear me?
Hey.
Yeah, we can hear you. How's it going tonight?
Oh, we can hear you.
Can you hear us? Oh. Okay, you can come back in if you want to. I don't know. We was having some technical difficulties there, but
in the red light district.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come back in if you want to. I just, you know, gotta keep it moving if you can't hear you. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of companies have fatalities, man. I don't know, like, I wonder what like a big carrier like Swift is. I mean, they probably got, unfortunately, they probably got a lot of them,
Yeah.
It happens. Rick N says, just don't talk about tossing the salad at the strip club.
It costs extra.
Oh, Rick, what are we doing here? Everybody can thank Rick for swerving us into the gutter there. Oh, it had to be said though. It had to be said. Thank you,
Yeah.
Thank you, Rick. Everyone was thinking it. Rick said it. Dennis Richardville says hauling reefer will get you a felony. Yes, hauling reefer will get you a felony if you're talking about a certain kind of reefer.
Oh,
yes, of course. Yeah, I could tell, Roger. You look like when the Jets go over at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
But no, I'm yeah, apparently not though. Right? Did anyone see the guy on the Asian My Show the other day got caught with 8 pounds of pot and they didn't even arrest him? Like,
holy crap!
Who gets away with that? Like, unbelievable these days.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Let's see. Paul Harris says that's what I was saying, Rick. Yeah. You guys get your mind out of the gutter. We're talking about eating healthy, nutritious salad at a strip club.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys.
Balsamic vinaigrette.
Yeah. Put a little oil on mine.
Some
the salad, not the stripper. Well,
Grease her up. Grease her up and grab a fork.
Yeah, exactly. Rick's N says, we all know lease purchase with Prime is the best option for reefer. LOL, joking. Yeah, if you want to do that, do that. I was watching a video earlier today where the guy was talking about it was the best thing since sliced bread. So maybe, I don't know.
People keep signing up, so.
Yeah, hey, it must how could 5,000 drivers be wrong? They do it because it's easy. I mean, I know what it is. Like,
I guess.
It's no money down. You basically send them your information, and the next thing you know, you're on a truck. I mean,
yeah, and you get to call it yours. You get to put. I seen a lady today. She had Kraken decals all over her truck. And it was really cool.
Oh, nice.
It was a cool looking truck. I was like, that's pretty amazing. But doing 61 miles an hour and paying $1,000 a week for that truck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
That's something I always forget about is how limited their mile, they're like 61, 62 mile an hour. I always forget that.
Yeah. So I did try, you mentioned it the other day. I was always wondering how you were getting 8-9 miles at a gallon. Because I mean I'm pretty conservative and I get around 7.8 or so. And I was thinking, and then you mentioned that you get in behind a TMC or a Prime and just draft them at 68 or 63.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's not uncommon for me to, hit it at 63 for a whole day.
Yeah.
And
that's your money.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get a lot of light loads too. Like the load I have on now is 16,000 pounds. So,
that helps.
With winter fuel coming through, I come up out of Mississippi with it. So I came through Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky. Some rolling hills, not mountains, but had some pretty good hills. I'm probably around 8. I think I checked it earlier. I was about 8. So winter fuel, you're going to lose about a half a mile a gallon on winter fuel.
Oh,
it happens.
Yeah. Is that the anagel and all that, and the whatever they winterize it with?
Yeah, it lowers your BTUs down when they put that stuff in there. Don Schlanger sent me $5 for applesauce. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Don.
Oh, Don.
Are you an
Don's the
applesauce?
man. Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Some people won't do it. I think it's delicious.
Oh, I will. I'm all about it. Like,
yeah.
I like pineapple on pizza. I do a lot of things. A lot of, I don't know. I like the sweet and the savory together. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chili Dog said I definitely made up my mind on reefer. Yeah, reefer's okay. Would settle for dry van. Hell no to flatbed. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I used to, like, I don't know, when I was a little younger, and yeah. So
I like the reefer. It was the appointment times that got to me.
Yeah.
I like I wake up every morning at the same time. I drive the same amount of hours every day. Like, I picked up this load at like 4:30, and I had time left on the clock, but I'm like, it's 5 p.m. I'm shutting down,
Right.
It's, that's my day. And I'm sure they would want me to drive more miles tonight, but why? But delivering at 2 a.m. to them grocery houses, yeah, that gets old real quick. And then sitting there for 13 hours.
Sometimes I walk that lumper check in there like a zombie when they call me. I mean, like, I'll get back in the truck and not even remember what just happened.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Lumpers.
Love Mum says, do you recommend authority right out of school? I don't recommend it. I know there's a lot of channels that do, but I don't know. I think do 3 months with a company. What are you going to lose? Like, you're not, like, you don't even know if you like the truck or not, like, just do 3 months, get it. Yeah, get a feel for it. I mean, you're spending all this money to get your authority, then you got to get a truck, a trailer, maybe not a trailer, but you at least got to get a truck. You don't even know if you like the truck yet. I mean, it could be the worst thing in the world to you. And then I say you got nothing to lose. 3 months as a company driver, like,
I'd say
your insurance will be a heck of a lot cheaper. Here you go. Philip Trucker says Korean Mafia Roger ? Not sure what that's about. Are you into Korean Mafia, Roger?
And 안녕하세요. That's
okay.
Hello in Korean.
Right. Yeah, I'm married to the Korean Mafia for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My wife is half Korean, so.
Oh yeah. Koreans are my favorite Asians.
I always say they're the most bougie. They fancy. They fancy.
They know how to drink too.
Yes.
I like me some soju.
Yeah. I've seen. I don't want to say too much, but I've seen my 90-pound mother-in-law smash some Miller High Life before. So. Yeah. I heart Cryptoverse says, poor guy that makes me want to nail an elliptical trainer to the back of the cab. Yeah, that guy with the walker, man. I was like, it inspired me that whole day. I didn't eat nothing the rest of the day. I was like, I swear it did, man.
That's
like the struggle. Yeah, I mean, it took, I'm not even playing. It took him like probably 5 minutes to walk 100 yards from the truck stop to his truck. Took him another 5 minutes to get up the steps into the truck.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dang.
Time to get out the truck. I mean, I understand, that's probably all he knows. He's probably been doing it for 40 years. And
yeah.
He's going to die in that truck. That's the unfortunate truth.
Yeah. It's not a good thing sometimes, man. You let it consume you. Like, I like to think of the things outside of the truck to keep me motivated to, like, this isn't my everything, it's like, Sir Roger Esquire, KC, and life coach trainer. Yes, that is exactly right.
You don't want me for a life coach.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, I fucked up plenty of times. Don't worry.
If I was a life coach, that'd be on my business card. Do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I do. Some of us are
Adco
just out
says-
here. Some of us
Sorry,
are just
go
out here to be examples to others
Uh-huh.
how not to do it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's you see a lot of that in YouTube trucking. A lot of pristineness, you know, like they don't show the real side of it, you know, it's all good in the neighborhood. And yeah, let me tell you, like it's not always my first videos I used to do, man, like my old Freightliner was on a tow truck more like it got great fuel mileage because it was always hooked to a tow truck.
Yeah.
Now that's an expensive way to operate your truck, but I mean, you know, when you're getting towed behind a record, you're getting like 25 miles a gallon, you know, like,
yeah.
Let's see. Edco says, I drove for a small carrier out of Salt Lake City, low pay though. Yeah, some of those Western companies do. Some of those Western companies do.
Yeah, because they know it's easy trucking.
Yeah.
You know, you're just rolling the interstates, and yeah, and there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of guys out there that want to drive. That's why there's so many companies out there. So they know they can get away with a little less. And yeah, like I said, it's easy trucking.
And the freight doesn't pay as much out there because the population isn't as dense too. That has a little bit of a factor to it.
You might get a good load going to California, but then coming back, you know, if you're trying to come back to bumfuck Egypt in Utah, yeah, there's nothing, ain't nobody hauling nothing up there. So
yeah, I need to do a job search on Nevada. I need to see what Nevada's got. Let's see. Rick Ian says, sorry, Roger, didn't mean to hide you. Yeah, I tried to join, but it wouldn't let me, my camera or mic to work. Okay,
no,
yeah,
man.
I don't know. Maybe we're having some
we
issues
saw him
here.
And his mic
Who?
worked. I believe that was Adco, right? I'm assuming that was the guy that tried to jump in.
A minute ago there was a guy, Aswash or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I've never seen him in the chat before either. Like that's the first time I've ever seen that name pop up. So, let's see. Rick N, honestly, Prime and Prime Light Wilson. Yeah, Prime Light. Yeah, Wilson Logistics are the cheapest CDL schools in my area. Okay, yeah, their Prime is right there in your backyard in Missouri.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know, so.
I've talked to a couple guys that drove for Wilson, and they seem to like it. I mean, they were all lease operators though, so
okay.
they're real proud of their trucks. But you know, you're hauling around a Prime trailer, so you get the flack from everybody.
Everybody gets out of your way when you put your flashers on, though.
Yes, they do.
James Bass says, drove a Cascadia with Swift on cruise control, and best I ever got was 7 miles per gallon. Most of the time, it was 6 miles per gallon or even less.
Wow.
Whew. Sounds like that thing needs an air filter and an overhead adjustment and possibly fairings. I mean, like, I don't know. That's horrible for a Cascadia.
Yeah, they got a D-rated to 250 and trying to haul gross.
Right, yeah. Were you hauling bulk potatoes through the Rocky Mountains all day? Like that is a horrible MPG.
Yeah.
Chili Dog says, take care, Cash and Roger, gotta go. It was fun. Stay safe out there. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Chili Dog.
Thanks for coming in.
You can go back and watch this from the beginning and learn more about Sir Roger Moore, Esquire the Third.
And go watch my movies.
There you go.
Yeah, they're a little old now, but
okay.
Yeah, I was in those films back in the middle 70s.
Okay. Rick N says your gear ratio has a lot to do with your MPG as well as where you run. Cash seems to run the flat Midwest, but hell, I could be wrong. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and going to this 12-speed Cascadia is way different than my 10-speed Cascadia, too. You know, that extra couple gears really makes a difference when you're in the mountains.
Yeah. My last truck was a 9-speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I was out west.
Right.
So you can either go 35 or 65.
Right. Yeah.
The only two options you have.
That's almost cruelty to a truck driver right there.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they put the splitter on there? Make that thing a 13-speed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Don says pineapple chunks are good in pasta sauce. Okay.
Oh. My grandmother would be very upset with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I would try it though. I would try it.
Yeah.
Rick N says at Dawn I should hide your statement for that pineapple. Block
Mods,
this comment.
what are you doing?
Yeah, you're letting pineapples get in your pasta sauce in here? Come on, mods, where you at? Killing me here.
YouTube's gonna demonetize this now.
Yeah, no, they've already got it. Soon as he said pineapple chunks and pasta sauce, we lost 10 viewers right there immediately.
Age restricted.
Oh, Don says I knew somebody was going to like that. Yeah. Yeah, Rick is not digging that. Rick says, ooh. James Bass says, good luck with getting insurance right out of CDL school. Yeah, good. That is going to be expensive. I mean, you can do it, but, like, how much money are you willing to throw at it? It's the question. Yeah. Now, if you have, like, a bunch of felonies and you can't get on with a big mega carrier, not even Western Express, you may need to go get your authority fresh out of school. There is a YouTuber that has done that, and maybe that's what you got to do. I don't know.
Haul grain. Go to Iowa and haul grain out of fields. I don't even think they look for a license.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got a pulse, I think you're good out there.
Yeah, as long as you don't hit the combine. Should be all
right. Adco says I would wait at least 2 years. Yeah, I think most people are different, Like, I think some people could be owner-operators day one, and I think other people should never be owner-operators. Like, it's not a one-size-fits-all, for sure.
Yeah.
Eugene Street says, if I join, do I have to wear pants? As long as we don't see what's going on down there, I don't care what you got on. And now, if you're interested in some lease purchase underwear, let's see here. I Heart Cryptoverse says the best life coaches are the ones who already know the mistakes and how to avoid them. Yeah. Okay, I give you that. I need you to write that in the first page of my book for me. That way people could read that. And Bernie Sands says, hey, Cash, can you please do a video of how you plan your day, manage time, and pick up loads as an owner-operator? Do you pick up and plan your loads ahead of time or just find the next load while you're getting unloaded?
Good question.
Yeah, I can work on that. I mean, I'll give you a little synopsis of it. I basically, it depends. Sometimes I don't even have a load until I'm unloaded. And then, like, right now I'm delivering in the morning and I already know my next load. So it just depends. When freight is really good, I try to book as much in advance as I can. Not too much. I don't want to put a bunch of loads together and then have an issue because, if you book too much in advance, you could, end up having to like call and make a bunch of calls if something goes wrong. So, but yeah, I'll work on that, Bernie. Let me make a note of that and I will,
So I had today, I was going to pick up and the shipper, whoever runs the forklift, he decided to go home early that day, so the broker had to cancel the load. Which these things happen. You're dealing with a lot of moving parts, so
Right.
I'd be hesitant about booking too many out in advance.
Yeah, see, it was I actually was looking at a different load than the one I've got after this one. I was looking at a load, and the broker didn't want to give me the next load because they were concerned about my delivery tomorrow. They were like, well, if they don't unload that early, you got I had like a 3-hour deadhead to get over to the next load. And they were a little nervous about it. So I was like, well, if you don't like it, don't do loads you're nervous about, And I knew I could have done it. As long as this place doesn't take forever to unload in the morning, it would have been no problem, But I don't know. With the weather and everything, I'm kind of glad it fell through. I am.
That's true.
Now,
do you feel like, do you work with the same brokers frequently? So, do you have a reputation with them?
Like coming out of Minnesota, yes, I work with a lot of the same ones. When I'm looking for back hauls, it just depends on the area. Sometimes they contact me, and that's when it's good.
Nice.
Yeah. So certain areas are different than others, but like out of Detroit, I'm going to Detroit. I don't really have any connects in Detroit. I rarely go to Detroit. So yeah. Let's see here. I think Rick N says and exactly need to hide him. Yeah. Adco says Rick N hide him on that pasta comment.
That's rude.
Yeah. Looks like Aswash is back. Let's see what Aswash is up to. See if we can get him to audio now.
Hey.
Hello. Can you hear us now?
Hopefully you guys can hear me this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on?
Hey, how we doing?
Good.
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fantastic. Not much. Well, it's good. Not bad. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you have
for
a stripper
coming in.
pole in there? Do you have a stripper
Sorry,
pole
there's a
in
little
your
bit
sleeper?
of a delay.
Yeah.
Do you have a stripper pole in there with your
Anyways,
red light?
I'm going to keep my comments short. But
Yeah.
I appreciate what you do, Cash, and I like your show. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
Well, you're actually the second caller. So
What you got going on?
Anyways, like I said, let's keep it short. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay. But
yeah, no worries.
Your show and Mark's show, Trucking Answers. But hold on, something just came up. There we go. All right, anyways. Sorry, there's a huge connection issue. I'm just gonna make it short. Anyways, I appreciate you guys' show. Enjoy what you guys do, and keep the good work. And yeah, that's it. Take care. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming in. All right.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
I like getting to put faces to the names. Like that's I like that. Let me see here. Let me grab this other phone real quick. Drop this link again. I think the link has expired or something. Let me throw that out there again for everybody. Let's see.
Hotel 88, Zulu 6, Juliet 9, Kilo. Everyone got that?
Yeah, I gotta figure out. I gotta ask somebody that knows how to do this. How we put all this, because I don't know how to leave a comment in my own StreamYard from the StreamYard phone. I know how to go over here to the other phone and do it. And luckily, Google has remembered it, so that made it a lot easier.
Cool.
All right, leave it to Google.
Oh, yeah,
right
there it is.
Google knows how to do it. There's the link if anybody else wants to drop in. I've never seen Aswash in the Ooswash. I don't know. I'm illiterate. I've never seen him in the chat before, but I'm glad he came in. You know. Bernie Sands says I've got a 2021 Cascadia. You lucky devil, and only get 7 miles per gallon, but I run the mountains. Yeah, there's your 7. You're probably doing really good to get 7. DD15, DT12. It's an evolution. Yeah. I'm jealous. I'm mad jelly.
That's what I'm rolling as well.
Yeah. That's did they give you a brand new truck over there?
I just rolled over 50,000.
Oh my God, dude! That truck ain't even broke in yet.
Nope, it's real nice.
Do you even have fart smells in the seat yet?
I imagine I do. I got these Graham guards. I got them off Rainey's. No, I got them from the manufacturer. They slip over the seat, and then you throw them away. They're like $10. You throw them away.
Oh, huh. Okay, yeah.
But no, honestly, before this I had an 18, and before that I had a 16. And honestly, you know, the going to the new model, so the 19s and beyond, the new generation. The best thing about them is the insulation. It's so much quieter than the old trucks. Other than that, you know, and then I've got the EPU, which right there, that thing is glorious.
And that's the electric APU.
Yeah, that thing, it's amazing. When I buy a truck, I'm gonna have to spend extra, but that's the only thing I'm gonna care about as far as getting a truck. Because I've had APUs in the past, and those things are garbage. Freaking lawnmower hanging off the side of the truck.
Right.
I'd rather idle and use window screens than have one of those things.
Yeah.
But
I was parked next to a guy the other day that had an APU, and it was running so rich. Like, I thought I was going to die of carbon monoxide poisoning, like just being parked next to him. Yeah, it was rough. Bernie Sands,
I'll move.
Yeah,
I'll get away from those guys.
I thought about it. I really did. Let's see. BOC says, Roger, move your mic away from your nose. We hear a whistle.
Yeah. I read that. I just hopefully it's better. Guys.
Okay. Yeah. Bernie Sands says Progressive quoted me $21,000 for the year, like $2,100 per month. Is that real bad?
I don't know, but it sounds like a lot.
That is a lot of money for insurance. It is. Let's see here. Bernie Sands.
In the chat?
Who's that?
BOC's in the chat?
Oh, I haven't seen him.
Oh, okay. No, that was DIY semi. He's got a good channel too.
DIY. Like DIY. Yeah, everybody check out DIY. Let's see. I got Bernie Sands. Oh, Bernie Sands was here. We got an R. Your name is just R. You know, I'm careful on who I bring in. So if you can't, you know, like, I don't know who R is, and I don't know, you know, you're not showing your face. So, you know, like, probably not going to bring people into the chat if you're not showing your face or you're not somebody we know. Looks like Roger may have.
So
you there?
Flipping back and forth.
Okay, yeah, you was locked up there for a second. But yeah, as far as the other guest goes, just a letter R is your name and no picture. Probably not going to bring you in like that. You know, I need people that we know. You know, like or at least show me your face. You know, like. I don't need you coming in dropping a bunch of racist comments, you know, or something like that. Like,
on that topic. shut my mouth.
Go ahead.
No, I was being an asshole.
Oh, well, whew, yeah. The Jets just went over at the Super Bowl over here. Like,
all right, I got you back for that one.
yeah. Fair enough.
The old
Let's see. Rick says pin the comment. Rick, are you aware of how technology does to me? I couldn't pin that comment if my life depended on it. I probably got a better chance of solving the cure for cancer than I do pinning this comment. Now, cut my flashers on. That's good. Let's see. Let me get to some comments here. There's the link, guys. If anybody wants to click in, just make sure you get your camera on or something like that. Rick Ian says I'm going to wait till I'm out of TNT with Prime. Okay.
What's TNT?
Rick in the house. Rick, let's see who Rick is. This Rick Ian? Is this Rick Ian?
I plead the fifth if I'm Rick in or not.
I will take that as a
plausible.
Okay, we'll let that play. I like that. What's going on, Mr. Rick?
Nothing much. I just thought I'd give you a call.
Yeah, good
part of the podcast here.
There you go. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. Let's get to some. What you got going on, Rick? You got anything you want to talk about in particular, or?
I've got a question for Bernie. Like, how long has he been driving? Because the 21,000 is all subjective based on his experience. I wouldn't go with Progressive if you have over 2 years.
Yeah. I think Bernie might be. Was he the one talking about doing it fresh out of? No, he's got a 2021 Cascadia. So yeah, it depends on a lot of things: your driving record, your credit score, your state you live in. Lots and lots of things factor into that.
Yeah, a brand new Cascadia for a brand new authority is going to be expensive.
Yeah. Well, he says he's got a 2021 Cascadia and only gets 7. So I'm wondering if he's running for if he's a company driver right now. But yeah, 21,000 for a year is damn expensive.
I'm not showing my face because of what I used to do for a living. So
yeah,
just understand that.
Would I recognize you from any movies?
No, but people might recognize me from knocking on their door saying they owe the money to the government.
Okay.
Is this Eric Snowden?
No. But yeah, I've been looking into getting into trucking since 2017. So I've been taking my sweet time. So
it's a lifestyle.
My grandfather was a trucker. I've got 2 cousins that are truckers. My uncle was a trucker. Kind of runs in the family.
Do you like spending a lot of time on your own?
Kind of, yeah. And I like to drive. But I like to make money, and I've seen the other side of income. And I'm willing to go out for a few weeks at a time to make more money.
Well, to be honest, I mean, there's a lot of guys that they think they're going to go out for a couple weeks and then come home for a couple days and go out for a couple weeks. And yes, there are plenty of jobs like that, but I mean, as far as OTR goes, you should basically plan on being out on the road, and home time is sort of a special occasion. You can't be like, oh, I'll be home every 2 weeks, and I'll spend the weekend home. I mean, it's possible, but it's just that doesn't seem to be the reality for most guys. I mean, I stay out for 6-8 weeks at a time, and then I come home. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I fully expect when I'm going through TNT, because I'm going to go through the cheapest school I possibly can. I fully expect I'm going to be gone for 5 months. But I do plan on getting my own authority after I TNT, unless I really like Prime, right? I do plan on going with my own authority because I really don't want to do company for 2 years. I'm going to buy a $20,000-$30,000 truck, and I'm going to go out 7 days, back 3, out 7, back 3. But I live in Missouri, See, I don't.
Yeah.
You live in Utah, right?
Yes.
I specifically picked where I live because it has good lanes.
Sure.
It's got great freight. Um, but I also don't. I just don't plan on going out that long. But I don't think you really have to.
No, you do not. You do not. But that's just that's the tendency, because it's you'll be out, and then the way that companies, they want you to schedule your home time, and then there's no guarantees. Even all these companies that say they guarantee home time. It's just things happen. And and then you'll be like, well, do I really want to take a week off and not earn any money? I mean, that's a hard decision to make for a lot of guys. To forego income for, even 2 or 3 days. And you look at, oh man, each day you're making $300-400 sometimes, and you're like, well, do I really want to give that up? And sit on my ass? I don't know.
I've had the luxury. I've been saving since 2017 to buy a truck and to pay for insurance. So I have enough to pay cash for like a $50,000 truck. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy a $15,000-20,000 truck, and I'm going to run regional.
Okay.
And,
I mean,
that's the plan.
It's doable.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is how you're setting it up. With buying a reasonably priced truck, and like you say, you're in the middle of the country. Like there's like it's not like I don't know, like you're setting it up. You're building it for a specific type of freight hauling. Like not to be gone for weeks at a time. And personally, that's why I do an out and a back. Like this going to Detroit is out of the norm for me. Normally, I would have went from Mississippi straight back to Minnesota, but I had a good deal on this load, and like they called me about this load, so I took this load. But typically, that's why I go straight out and straight back. Because if I want to go home, it's there, and if not, I'll keep go out for another week or so.
So Bernie says he's got 16 months experience, but he runs from Nashville, Tennessee, all 48. In approximately, 8 more months, Bernie, you can go to most insurance companies, and you should be able to get an insurance rate through them.
Right.
Your issue may be that you're in Tennessee. I don't know how the insurance rates. I didn't look for Tennessee.
I used to operate out of Tennessee. The insurance shouldn't be too bad out of there. I mean, it's not a really high insurance state from my experience, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe rates are up, so insurance rates are up. Like insurance companies know guys can afford it, and they're gonna bump the price up.
But Bernie, you could probably go to like Landstar, or you can go to Schneider IC, get the experience with the boards. I don't know where you're at right now, but you can get onto their cheap insurance, but pick your own loads. There's companies out there that do 80-20 splits, where you can get onto their insurance and get a lower rate. But your magic point really is going to be, especially with a 2021, is going to be the 2-year mark, when you can go to most insurance companies other than Progressive.
Yeah,
Rick,
I don't think.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me. We're gonna bring Bernie in here in a second. I think he's. Yeah. Bernie, if you want to try again, we'll bring you in. We'll talk about it more. But yeah, he's a company driver right now, so the 2021 is not his truck. So,
yeah, 700 credit score. It's pretty good. It literally just may be the lack of 2 years experience, but I don't know this for sure, but I think you may want to get double checked based on the VIN number of a vehicle, because you're not going to get real quotes until you actually have your MC numbers and the type of vehicle for most carriers.
Right.
And I think that was you, Cash, that kind of pointed that out to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's There is that quote was on a $24,000 International 9900.
Yeah, Bernie.
Bernie,
have
I
more-
don't like. There's a company in Lewisburg, Tennessee called Southern Carriers. You may want to call them. I think they require 1 year in the last 3 years or 3 years in the last 10 years. But they do an 80-20 split, and they're a legit company. I was leased on there for almost 2 years. They do drive-in. They got a lot of they got some contract stuff. It doesn't pay like outrageous, but it's it's there no matter what. But you can also run the load board. You can just get their numbers, pull their trailer, and run the load board.
But I don't think that quote's very accurate because I called Progressive myself, looking at the numbers based on Missouri, and they quoted me 27, and I have no experience. So, I don't know if I would believe the 21. It may be cheaper. It may be 21, or they could have been, misleading me a little.
Right.
So.
All right. I'm gonna bring. Hey Roger, I'm gonna bring in Bernie. So.
Yeah. Let me punch out. Real quick before I go. Hey
Yeah.
Rick, so you may want to look at a day cab. There's a guy, David McGill. He did a great video on running a day cab.
If I was planning on being back every day, I'd probably run a day cab. But
Well, he does in and out.
Yeah.
So like
I wouldn't, even if I was going to be home every day, I wouldn't do a day cab. It's just.
that's good. Yeah.
I'm
He's
thinking
making good
resale
money.
value. Oh, I'm just thinking resale value because what I've priced as a day cab is just as expensive as a sleeper for the most part.
No.
Yeah.
You're talking just a few thousand off.
Yeah, it's
And-
really no different.
Okay. I've seen it. I've looked. Obviously. Yeah, they're all over the place.
As
but,
far as like, if you're buying a $20,000 truck, $30,000 truck, you're not getting a whole lot more if you go with a day cab. And for me, the opportunity of having the sleeper is worth the extra couple thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I will say this: if you're planning on financing, you're better off going to a company and leasing one, because getting a loan without your authority set up is going to be difficult because they don't have anybody to call to confirm that you're going to work there.
Yeah.
So.
You got a real good business plan.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna punch out.
All right. Thanks for coming in, Roger. Thank
you so much for having me.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
What's up,
All
Cash,
right.
brother?
Bernie is in here with us, Rick. So you're trying to get your own authority, it sounds like, and Progressive quoted you 21,000 for the year. Now, is that counting everything? That's your general insurance? And
Yeah, that was everything, and that wasn't even on a brand new truck, man. That was just I just gave them a roundabout. I told them about a 24,000 International 9900, and that's what they told me. Actually, I'm planning on trying to work out something and actually start something with DIY. I mean, if it works out, I ain't just mean to throw that out there on him like that, but
yeah,
I'm trying to work out something with him though.
Right. Yeah, it's
I could learn a whole lot from him.
Yeah, he's a good one to get in with. I know his insurance because I had a friend that was trying to get on over there or talk to him, but his insurance was pretty strict on the 2 years. So.
Yeah, that's what the situation. Yeah, I've got 16
That's how a lot
now.
of them. That's how a lot of them are. I tell you, if you want to check out Southern Carriers, they're out of
I got
Lewisburg.
it wrote down. I seen on your video. I wrote it down.
Yeah, it's a good company, man. I never had a problem with them making a payment. I used to, like I had some trailer tires blow out that I had replaced, and I mean they didn't, they didn't even question me. I gave them the receipt. They paid me back for them. You know, stuff like that.
Lewisburg's
Really
just
solid
about
company.
it's just about an hour or so outside of Nashville too, ain't it?
Yeah, yep. It's it's probably a little over an hour, ballpark hour. It's you just go right down 65. It's you know where it's like in the Columbia area, down in that area.
Yeah. Didn't you say you're from Tennessee?
Yeah, I grew up over there.
Yeah, what part? Nashville?
Murfreesboro.
Oh yeah, I'm from East Nashville. I know a little bit about Murfreesboro. I know a couple people go to MTSU and shit.
Yeah, I used to live right over there by the college. So, yeah, I mean, you know, like you might be better off like buying the truck and putting it on at a place like that for a few months, you know, until you get 2 years.
Yeah, I planned on doing that and learning a little bit anyway before I just try to dive into my authority. I mean, that's one reason I'd love to get over there with DIY. I know I could learn everything I need to know to be able to run a successful business if I run with him for 2 years or so.
What engine though?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
What year truck and what engine?
I didn't have a specific truck. I just tried to just give her a roundabout. I just told her about a 2010 International 9900. But what I'm gonna get though, I'm gonna run with about a 2016 Cascadia, the DD15 with the DD12.
Yeah, because every mile per gallon that you lose. So if you're getting 5 versus 6, that's about 2,300 gallons a year.
Yeah, that International will kill you on fuel most likely.
Well, 2010 is going to kill you on the emission system.
Yeah.
Right? It's so old, the emission system's newer, right? And it's too new to not have the pre-emission engine. But that's my uneducated
You're saying
opinion.
it's got the early emissions stuff in it where it wasn't good yet.
That's correct.
A 99?
No, a 2010.
No, I said a 2010. That didn't have emissions, did it yet, Cash? Did it?
Depends on when the engine was made. If it's most of the time, like I forgot, 2010. If it's a 2011 truck with a 2010 engine, it probably will. If it's a 2010 truck with a 2009 engine, it'll have DPF and EGR, but it won't have DEF. So
yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna just go with about a 2016 to 18 Cascadia, whatever I can afford anyway.
If you want
lease miles.
If you want a really good deal, Joplin MHC has a 2002. Last I talked to them, like 2 days before Christmas, they have a 2002 T800 with a CAT engine for 12.
Yeah,
but that's a little. Yeah, for 12.
What transmission does it got though?
The transmission it's got an Eaton box automatic.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't buy it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that truck, if you're running over the road, that T800 is that's not a very aerodynamic truck either.
Yeah, it got that big square nose on it. Yeah.
Well, I literally plan to run most south is Texas, right, and most north probably Chicago. The 3570 is kind of like the area I want to run. Personally. You know anything about them 579s, Cash?
Yeah, I've had a couple of those. I don't know, that 10-speed auto bums me out. You know, if you can get one that's got the 12-speed auto, I'm not as against it.
Yeah.
The PACCAR engine, I mean, I didn't have any trouble out of the engine.
Yeah, I know better than that.
Actually, I didn't have any trouble out of the PACCAR engine. I had trouble out of the emission systems on that truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If I could get one without the 10-speed, I might think about it. But if it's that 10-speed, it was almost to the point of being dangerous to me, the way it shifted.
Yeah, take off real slow and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the
so-
look of them. I never had the opportunity to drive one though. All I know is Freightliner, so I
Yeah.
guess I stick with what I know.
Yeah,
I've never
try
had
to
a
get-
problem out of any Freightliner I've drove.
Try to get the Freightliner, you know, like like mid 2015, preferably just go with a 2016 and newer, because they
Yeah.
changed the way the turbo setup is, and it's a lot better in 2016. So
All right.
if
So
you can get it, that's the way I would do it.
All right. And you'd be better off going with the Detroit too, right? Instead of, because you know some Freightliners got the Cummins in them.
Yeah, I didn't
Detroit's
even
better
realize
though,
that
right?
till a while back. I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, I seen that and I was like, what is that about? But yeah, I would prefer the Detroit.
All right.
I'm you know, yeah, I would prefer Detroit just because of the reliability of
Yeah.
you know the way they are now.
They get parts anywhere. Anybody can work on them.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, and you know the efficiency. I mean, like if you needed 600 horsepower, you know, I'd tell you go get a Cummins. You know, just
Yeah.
because you could get the big horsepower. But
Yeah.
as far as pulling general freight, yeah, I'd say you know just get you a Freightliner.
Yeah, I just plan on hauling reefer.
Yeah, that's the way I would do it.
Yeah.
I'll see here. Adco says buying a cheap truck has its hazards also. Are you experienced in maintaining very used equipment? Yeah. Yeah. My last Cascadia, when it got up to about 800,000 miles, it started having a lot of problems. You know, it just, and you know, it's like, it's not even the money of it, which it is, but it's also a lot of your reputation, you know, like when every load you get your hands on, it's got,
Late.
you know, yeah, you late, you having to, you know, especially with reefer, you know, like that truck, man, I mean, I always like keeping my reefer tank full of fuel, but with that one, you know, you had to keep it full because, you know, let's face it.
I was thinking about that yesterday, Cass. Can you, since it's not your trailer, you want to put the least fuel you can in it, but you don't want to just drop people's trailers off empty. I understand that, but is that what you do? You just put as little fuel as you can without just dropping it off empty?
No, I mean, I keep a trailer. My last trailer I pulled for 5 months. You know, I'm not doing a lot of dropping and hooking here.
Okay.
I got you. And you know, like most of the time when I go to the yard with a trailer, like if there's a newer one there, I'll drop mine and get the newer one if I'm empty. Yeah. But as far as you know, I always try to keep my reefer tank above half. You know, and I don't know if I lose,
chill up
you
on
know,
you if you let it get less than that, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, if I lose $25-$30 on reefer fuel every now and again, I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's it just is what it is. Adco says, what do you do when your truck breaks down and you're under a load? Well, you say a prayer first thing. You get right with God, especially depending on what you got. You know, I had a load of, I forgot what it was, some sort of meat on there one time. And, you know, I mean, you take 40,000 pounds of beef, you know, what's that worth? $100,000 easy. You know, you sure as hell don't want to buy, you know, you don't want to buy that. So you definitely got to get it figured out. I had a load of bananas on one time when the truck broke down, and you know, bananas go bad in like days, not weeks. So you got to hurry up and get them moving. I mean, you just, you know, every situation is different. You just try to figure it out the best you can.
If you was, my fault, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
If you was to somehow ruin a load, like say it was meat and your reefer went out and the meat went bad, would your cargo insurance cover that, or you got to pay for that out of pocket?
That's why you have cargo. That's why you have cargo insurance for things like that. Like, I mean, you do everything you can to make it not happen, you know, like, and most of the time you got to figure, you know, the customer, the customer's going to help you figure that situation out because it's their ass just as much as it is yours.
What did you end up doing with all that bacon you had?
I gave
like
that
600
charity.
pounds of bacon.
Yeah, I gave all that bacon to charity.
That's cool.
I wanted to take it home with me, but a lot of times when you have overages and stuff like that, the brokers want you to donate it so they can write it off. You know, they'll send the receipt to the customer, and the customer will write it off as charity.
Okay.
I don't know. There's good and bad in it. I like it because you're helping people, but I also wanted to take all that bacon home and cook it. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see. You still here with us, Rick?
Yeah, I'm still here. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. But did you tell Progressive that you wanted to do reefer?
Bernie?
Yeah. I told them I was doing reefer 48 state.
And they told you they would take the reefer? Because Progressive told me they wouldn't accept reefer, but
Yeah. She actually sounded like she knew what she was talking about a little bit too. But yeah, she didn't reject it or anything. Just gave me that high price. What's around about a good price, Cash? I mean, I know you can't just give me a dead on the nail head number, just a ballpark figure.
I mean, I've seen guys get it as cheap as $7,000 a year, and I've seen it, you know. I mean, it just depends, you know. It's a lot of factors in it, man. A lot of factors, you know. But you're talking guys that's, you know, probably been doing it for 15, 20 years, you know, never had a claim, good credit, you know, own their own equipment, like don't have any payments or any, you know, no liens against the truck, you know.
Yeah.
So they can set their you know, they can set their comprehensive to like $5,000 a year or something, you know, like you know, because you really don't want your comprehensive to be more than what they're going to give you for the truck, you know, because it's pointless. You don't want $50,000 worth of insurance on a $10,000 truck because you know, if something happens, they're going to total the truck out and give you $10,000, and you know, so all that extra insurance doesn't do much for you. Let's see here. Let me get through a few comments here. Eugene Street says, does the 2021 have the table and chairs under the bunk?
No, mine don't. Not a Cascadia. This one don't.
Okay. Let's see. Those are Bernie's comments. Let's see. Billy Kirk says, Cash, if you gross $20,000 a month, then it's worth paying $2,000 a month, or about $24,000 a year plus fuel for the use of the reefer. If you gross $20,000 a month, it's worth paying $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year plus fuel for the use of the reefer. Yeah. I mean, if you're paying $2,000 a month for a reefer, I mean, as long as you're making money on it, you know, like it's kind of like this $20,000 insurance quote. You know, it's like, or $2,000 a month. I'm like, well, like with rates where they are right now, you could overcome that, you know, like it's not undoable. It's like, if that's the only thing holding you back from doing what you want to do, you know, like sacrifice elsewhere and do it. But at the same time, it is a large chunk. If rates, you know, tend to go down, like, you know, they sometimes do, it's going to be tough, you know, but like I said, it's not undoable. Let's see. Acto says, Cash definitely has experience on the subject. Yeah, my last Freightliner broke down more than a freaking government mule, let me tell you. I was so mad at that truck when I sold it. And I know the guy, I sold it to a guy I know, and he took it and had it deleted, and it now sits in a field. It made it about 40,000 miles after he deleted it, and engine just gave up. Like the high pressure fuel system went, because you're pumping more pressure. Usually when you have a truck deleted, you have to up the fuel pressure. So that high rail, you know, that high pressure fuel system gave out, That's about an $8,000 repair. You know, the truck had 800 and almost 900,000 miles on it at that point. You know, it's just not worth it. So yeah, and I even told him when I sold it to him, I felt bad about it. I was like, I really don't want to do this, but you know, he thought he had a plan to get it deleted and it was going to be all good. And I was like, yeah, hey, you know, I was just happy to. Yeah, go ahead.
It's another question I have for you. Is it always good to find one niche and do like reefer? Because I got a tanker and hazmat too. It wouldn't be a good idea to just kind of bounce around and do them different things. Because I've
As an
never seen anybody
owner-operator,
do that. Yeah.
as an owner-operator, I wouldn't, because you want to build a client base. You know, you want those brokers on a first name basis. You don't want to be on the load board all the time hunting stuff down.
Bouncing around. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You want people that you know and trust, you know, to do business with. You don't want to, you know, because sometimes these people on the load board are not honest and they're not trustworthy.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't want to be constantly learning that lesson, you know.
Yeah. So you want to find a few decent people to deal with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, when I come out of Minnesota, there's about 3 different people I deal with coming out of Minnesota. And usually, you know, I try to find something coming back with the same person, you know, like, because a lot of brokers, well, not a lot, some brokers will do that. If they know they got a load going to, you know, say Columbus, Ohio, they'll work on customers that have, you know, freight in Columbus, Ohio. That way they can get you back. You know, sometimes it works like that.
You ever been to this place out here in Carthage, Missouri, the undergrounds? It's Americode and it's all underground and tunnels.
Yeah, I did a video about that a couple weeks ago. I was out there. That's I mean, I've been there, I don't know, a bunch of times, but I don't know. It's fun when you first go, but then it's like, man, it's just another place after a while, you know.
Yeah. It's my second time coming here today. I got to run a load down to Union City tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that's Rick will probably get to know that place if he's gonna. Are you gonna do reefer, Rick? What are you thinking?
No, I'm not gonna do reefer. I'm gonna do just a box drive-in.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cheaper, more cost effective, more profitable, but that's, you know, just my uninformed opinion.
Can you take a drive-in under a 14-foot clearance, or you want it to be like 14.3 at least?
If you want to ask me about it, if you want to ask me about
I'm talking.
Code,
I was asking Cash. That's all right though, man.
I would never take a trailer under a sign that was less than what my trailer was. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm saying that's exactly what a drive-in is, though. I didn't know if that actually gave you enough room or if they literally mean 14 foot exactly.
If a sign says 13.6, I'll take a 13.6 trailer under it.
All right.
Yeah. Most of the time they got, you know, they got enough. They know that people, you know, they're gonna do it. But yeah, that's let's see. I heard Cryptoverse says Progressive is supposedly one of the higher price companies for new people. Yeah. I always recommend, you know, do a Google search on commercial insurance in your, you know, like in your area, like where you live, and get you a local insurance agent. Would be my recommendation.
All right.
You know, get a little bit more on that personal level. Roger Moore with a $10 super sticker. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate that. 18-wheeler says, I drive a 2020 Freightliner Cascadia 10-speed manual through a lot of mountains. I get anywhere from 7.4 to 8.1. Yep. It's pretty good. I like that new body style on those Freightliners.
Yeah, I like the look of them too.
Yeah, I do. It's I like the new Volvo too, but I don't know. I like Volvos. I just can't bring myself to buy one.
Yeah, the Volvo is like a jet on the inside.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice. Adco says when the truck breaks down and it's an older truck, good mechanics are hard to find. You run your own authority. You have to try to be dependable. Yeah.
That's why you go to DIY's channel.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Subscribe to DIY. He'll figure it out for you. Let's see. Adco. Wait. I missed it. Damn it. Jumped on me. Adco says I'm pulling a dry van for $4,500 a year. Okay. That seems like low pay for 40. No, I know what you're saying. Is that your insurance rate, Adco? I was gonna say if you make $4,500 a year, brother, we gotta work on it. Captain Flatbed's in the house. What's up, Captain Flatbed? Good to see you in here. Lone Star Transport says Team Tiny was quoted $65,000 for his first year with fresh CDL and no experience.
I seen that.
Yeah, Team Tiny had a couple other things going on too. You know, he's from California. You know, he's got felonies. You know, like I mean, I'm not judging the guy. I'm just, you know, he's talked about it. I'm not talking out of school. You know, he spent some time in the pen, and you know, I'm sure all that factored in. But yeah, that's a ridiculous insurance quote. You just can't put yourself through that. Billy Kirk says, thanks, Cash. Sounds like it's better to keep the reefer on a variable slide rather than fixed side of the cost evaluation. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You mean you know, a lot of that goes on the variable side for sure.
But hey, I'm gonna skip back into the audience. I'm gonna go back to listening.
Okay, Rick. Thanks for coming in.
It's my strong point. My strong suit right there.
Okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming in, Rick. I appreciate all the information you bring, man.
All right,
Hey,
Rick.
if you have any questions, but I can't answer them live. So.
Yeah, I got you.
Right.
I got you.
Right, bye.
Thanks, Rick. Bye. Let's see. Nathaniel Gabriel says maybe Bernie should start pulling a dry van. It's cheaper insurance. Okay, there you go. And I mean, I don't know. Unless you have a lot of experience with reefer, I would say if you're going to get your own authority, maybe do pull a dry van. You know, it's yeah. I think reefer can be you know, very profitable, but at the same time, it's a whole different beast. You know, like as far as because when you get your own authority, you got a lot coming at you. You know.
Yeah.
And not having to deal with that reefer and the issues with reefer, you know, may make it more like sustainable and profitable right off the bat.
Yeah, if I got on at a decent place though, just leasing my truck on, I'd stick with that anyway, because I understand it is a lot of headache having your authority. I understand what comes with it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes
a whole lot to deal with.
Right. You know, a lot of people
20%.
Yep. I mean, you got to think of it like this too. I think if you're going to build a fleet, get your own authority. You know, build the fleet. I think if you're going to be one man, one truck, I think it's about a break even. You know, doing a split with a good carrier. You know, and it's a lot of things that where you can go live your life and not have to go home and do paperwork and file taxes. You know. Do all this, you know, file with the state, you know, get your IFTA permit, you know, it allows for some life too, you know.
You can still make that extra money too, though, as the owner operator instead of a company.
Right. And that's, you know, that's one of the things, because I got a lot going on outside of trucking. So it's like, yes, I understand if I had my own authority, because I've had it before, you know, yes, I'm paying that 20%, and no, it does not cost 20% to, you know, keep an authority and a trailer. They're making some money off of what I'm doing, but at the same time, they're doing things I don't want to do. You know, and
that's a whole lot of headache.
Right, and that's got to be worth something too. Let's see. Captain Flatbed says, "May the force be with you." If only using a load board, always under a broker's thumb. That sucks. Making contacts is extremely important. Yeah, you'll learn real quick if once you start running a load board. Load boards, I always put it like this. Load boards are like Match.com. Okay, they're good for meeting and mingling, but eventually you want to find something a little bit more sustainable.
So when you get loads, you just call brokers that you know, huh?
A lot of the loads I do out of Minnesota, are like on an email. Like a broker will have 20 loads.
All right.
And they'll just email them, and it's like you just take the one you want if you call and get it. It's like, I don't know. It just, to me, that's how you want to build that. Is you want the information coming to you, because like here where I'm at, they've got one particular customer that does, I don't know, probably 20 loads a week. And instead of that broker having to call or put them on a load board and piecemeal that out one at a time, they send them all to the company I'm leased to. And then, like a pack of piranhas, all the drivers just come in and take them. And, it's like, I don't know. I'd rather do it that way. It's just,
it's probably better for the broker too. He probably gets rid of them faster.
Yep, they make one call, one email. They don't have to sit there with 20 different people all weekend. And it's way better for them, and that's why they pay more on it. Because then that allows them to go broker more freight.
Yeah, they just deal with your company. They don't have to deal with a single driver on each one. Yeah, I got you.
Yep. So yeah, there's some benefit to being leased onto a company too, like stuff like that. You can sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you can get better paying freight when you're leased onto a company. Not always, like with the spot market, you're going to get the higher highs, but you're going to get the lower lows. You just got to keep that in mind, that when things are good, you're going to go higher. When things are bad, you're going to go lower. It's like why the mega carriers have all this contract freight, it's why Swift does Costco, that freight pays the same every day of the year. It never changes, but it's steady. It's, so.
Yeah, we do a whole lot of, Sam's, Costco, Walmart, Americo, a whole lot of that. Home Depot.
Do you work for a big company or?
About a mid-size, May Trucking.
Okay.
I believe they got like 1,500 trucks somewhere in there.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty big operation, but not like super mega.
Yeah.
So yeah, they probably got a lot of contracts.
Real good too, though, man. That's what I like about it. It's not the best money in the world, but they treat us real good, though. I ain't had a problem at all.
Hey, there's something to be said about that. I would rather make a little less and not be treated like a dog. It's like, it just factors in. It wears on you when you work at a place that don't respect you, don't care about you. Like,
we have to stay out 30 days at a time, but you can basically go home as long as you want. But it's gonna mess your own money up if you do, though.
Right.
So I don't go home no more than 3 days at the most, 2 or 3 days.
Let's see. Let me get to some comments here. Where was I at? Captain Flatbed, Edco. Right on the local insurance agent. Yeah, that's always been my take on it. I've always done better with a local agent. These big companies, it's I guess sometimes it works better that way, but I like to know people, get to know people.
You probably get a better rate with the less known companies too, huh? Smaller insurance companies.
Yeah, if you get you a good agent, they know, because like there's only a few companies that really do truck insurance, like at the top level. Everybody else is a middleman. But if you get you a good local middleman that treats you right, they know who to get the insurance from that suits you, It's like, and if you want to grow your operation, you can call them and talk to them about it. Whereas, like, Progressive, those people, that they just run you through like cattle. I mean,
Yeah.
you might get a better price with Progressive sometimes. It just, it's like there's nothing wrong with calling Progressive, but
yeah, they're the only ones I talk to too. I just called them just to get a figure in my head, but I haven't talked to anybody else neither, so I could get a better price from somewhere else, possibly.
Possibly. I heard Cryptoverse says both these guys have been studying up a lot to learn the business. Yeah, it's that's what you got to do, man, to get comfortable with it. Gus says, why do they have those Americodes underground? Just because it's good insulation? Yeah, that's why they put those underground. It's like you said, it's good insulation basically. I bet it's very cheap to operate that. As far as keeping it cool. Because even on the hottest day, it's like if you go up to like Minnesota, Wisconsin, lots of cold storage up there. And it's because in the winter, they pay very little to keep that stuff cold. It's, it just makes sense. Sometimes it's cheaper to ship it farther, without having to keep it, as cold. Brandon and Adamir says, what do you think about the power only market? I heard rates are good. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with the power only. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's a very fickle spot market. You're kind of out there, but yeah, it can be good. You can, if you stay in the right areas. It's like everything in trucking. You got to learn what works for you and what makes money and balance it. Like I don't like going to the East Coast, but sometimes, when a load's paying really good, off to the East Coast I go. So just depends. Roger Moore says, got me a jug of Motor Coat anti-gel. Did you get that for less than $6, Roger? I was getting those for $6 at the Pilot in Winona, Mississippi. I bought every one of them they had. Would have bought more today, but just didn't have nowhere to put it. Because running in Minnesota and Wisconsin and the Dakotas, you need anti-gel. Let's see. Captain Flatbed says, I think I'll stick with my open deck trailers. I've had very good luck with flats, low boys. We have certain brokers we use, but our best loads are booked direct with either shipper or receiver. Yeah, that's where you're really getting into the money, when you can have direct. You're cutting a middleman out. It just is what it is. Now, brokers have their place, but if you can go directly to the shipper, yeah, more power to you. Get it like that. Let's see. Captain Flatbed says some shippers receivers will play ball somewhat. Yeah, it just depends. Rick Ian asked me, what's your review of Landstar? I like Landstar. Like you're dealing with a lot of direct shippers and receivers there as well. And they do take a bigger percentage than most places with that 65-35, but I think a lot of that is it can be made up with better customers. I do.
You might ought to check into Mercer too. I heard a lot of good things about Mercer.
Yeah,
in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right. Yeah, if I was going to do Mercer, I would need to be a flatbed guy. I don't think I'd do their dry van division. Just because they're not as big, like they're huge in the flatbed game.
Yeah.
But I know they've got a dry van division. I'd be a little, weary of that.
Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of their dry vans. Not as many as the flatbeds. You're right about that.
Right. Yeah. But Landstar, I definitely would say do Landstar if that's like what you're looking for. Not a bad gig over there. Not a bad gig. K-Save, the man and the legends in the house. What's up, K-Save? Bought that Bitcoin, brother, and it won't stop going up. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all the money. Now I'm gonna hang on to my Bitcoin. Nobody's getting my Bitcoin. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it forever.
Well, Cash, I'm gonna hop off here, brother. I gotta be up at 4 in the morning, man. I just want to let you put a name in the face.
All right, yeah, man. It was good seeing you. Thanks for coming in, checking in with us.
All right, brother.
Yeah, good luck. Keep us updated. Bye.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. That was Bernie Sands. Good to see Bernie. Good to see Bernie. What's going on, K-Save? How's things going out there? Hopefully you're not hunting venison these days. Hopefully you're keeping it keeping the deer off the truck. Not too soon for that, is it? I often make jokes, too soon. And that, I don't know if you guys know it. K-Save took out a deer a little while back, and you know how it is when you hit a deer in a semi truck. It's never a fun experience. Never fun. Let's see. Adco says, you guys are quoting in Tennessee. I'm based in Wyoming. Yeah. Are insurance rates higher in Wyoming, I wonder? Because, I mean, that winter out there is a beast. That winter is no joke. Let's see. And I think a lot of this, I do think insurance rates are higher right now because of a few things. Rates are up. And let's face it, who knows money better than an insurance company? They know if you want to get in the game, you got to go through them. And if you're going to go through them, they're going to make you pay for it. I think there's something to that right now. It's just like if you want to buy a used truck right now, rates are through the roof. If you want a used truck, if you want, like anything to do with trucking right now is expensive. Here where I'm at, they ordered some new trailers. They ordered these new trailers in I think it was like August. They're not taking delivery till like the end of January. Like you just can't get some stuff right now. So yeah, I think insurance rates are up a little bit because of that. I think they're also up a little bit because of people getting their authority. There is a ton of people getting their authority right now. I mean, if you're putting a lot more trucks on the road, then you got to cover your backside. And I think there's a little bit of that going on right now. I think these insurance companies are like, okay, well, we've put X amount of trucks on the road. So, we can't keep doing them at, rock bottom rates because it's going to come back and bite us. So yeah. Let's see. John Williams. What's up, John? We got 32 in the house. Hit that like button for me if you could. I don't know how many likes we got. I don't know. Yeah, hit that like button for me if you could. Thanks for hanging around with me. John Williams says, I think I just went through puberty there. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. John Williams says, what is your least favorite product to haul? What is my least favorite product to haul? Probably bulk meat. Bulk meat, because it makes a mess in the trailer. Like, like those big, like Gaylord, like 4 foot tall, big square boxes, and they'll just put like a plastic liner in them, and then they'll throw all the butts and guts, as I call them. Like the parts of the chicken you wouldn't eat if you was starving to death. They throw all of those into a big container, or pork or whatever, nothing but, butts and guts. And, it just makes a mess in the trailer. I don't care what they do. That plastic liner always leaks. So yeah, probably bulk meat is probably one of mine. Bulk meat, or what else? Yeah. I mean, I would say probably bulk meat. My favorite. I'm illiterate. I said that whole thing explaining that. John says, what is your least favorite produce to haul? I thought you said product. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Let me bore you to death with that and then it not even be the right thing. My least favorite produce is produce that's easy to spoil. Berries. I'm not a huge fan of berries. Grapes. Very fickle. Watermelons. I haul a lot of watermelons, but like Walmart will order an extra 2 or 3 trucks of watermelons, and then they'll turn around and reject them for some reason. They'll make up a reason to reject a load. And then I'm typically the one stuck with the rejected loads. So yeah. Things that ruin easy. Things they load very hot. That's another one I don't like on a reefer trailer. I've had them load cucumbers at 100 degrees and, expect you to get it down to 45 degrees. It's hard on the trailer. Stuff like that. Gus says, every time you turn a corner, you see a Landstar dry van. Yeah. Once you start noticing these companies, you will notice, that's all you'll notice. But yeah, Landstar has, last I heard, they got about 10,000 contractors over there. 10,000 contractors. And I heard, they got a high trailer ratio. They got a lot of drop trailers over there. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have 10 or 15,000 trailers over there. I mean, those things are dropped everywhere. You see Landstar trailers everywhere that does drop trailers. But yeah, I mean, if you're into like a lot of dropping and hooking and stuff, like Landstar could be, Landstar could be the way to go. K Save says, trying to dig myself out of a hole. You can do a lot of damage being off work for a month, dining out every day. Yeah. That sounds expensive as hell, to be honest with you. Hope the family's doing well though, K Save. I hope everybody's doing well, man. Doing well. And K Save says, on a load of grapefruits. There we go. Picked up today in Fort Pierce, Florida. Delivers in Monrovia, Maryland. Costco. Love them Costco deliveries. Love that Costco. For $4,000. Okay, Save, you got to stop hauling cheap freight, man. That's the problem. That's my new thing. I don't care what the load pays, what the rate is. I'm calling it cheap freight, sarcasm, of course, but, John Williams, LOL. Yeah. Rick N says, I'm sure it's pineapple. Oh man, come on. I did, let me tell you a quick story. I think I've told this before, but my very first day at working at Cisco, I fell off the back of a trailer and landed on a bunch of pineapples. And, I've never been the same since. There's like 2 parts of my life. There's the part of my life before I fell on a crate of pineapples, and there's a time after I fell on pineapples. I was going down a ramp with a 2-wheeler, and I had a stack of pineapples, and man, that freaking 2-wheeler, I had the dolly, it went off to the side, and I fell on it. And yeah, next thing I know, I'm rolling across the parking lot on pineapples. Bad experience, man. Bad experience. Not a good day in cash world that day. Rick Ian says, unless cash is over falling into a box of pineapple. Hey, Rick Ian, look at there, man. He remembered it. You the man, Rick. Yeah, Rick remembers my pineapple story. Yeah, I was butthurt and physically butthurt. John Williams says asparagus is the worst. Always claims over the load. Always falls over. Dude, why we ship millions of tons of produce. Why do we have to use the thinnest cardboard possible on the most sensitive products? Like, they'll be shipping frozen pizza. They will be in a cardboard box that you could hit with a tank and it wouldn't hurt it. Because frozen pizza, who's going to hurt that? They ship, I forgot what I was hauling one day, like mint. I was hauling like fresh mint, like rosemary and frankincense or whatever the hell, I don't use not potpourri, whatever. I was hauling fresh mint. Dude, they put this in the flimsiest ass little boxes and then put one layer of stretch wrap around it. Dude, I get there and this thing's leaning against the wall like you wouldn't even believe. Like from the very bottom box all the way up 10 foot tall, this damn stack of boxes had to be. Just leaned against the wall. And they put ice on it to keep it fresh. Bro, they rejected this freaking stuff because the boxes were collapsed. Oh, I was so mad. So mad. I had to find a freaking dumpster, to get rid of all of it. Brandon and Ed Mir says, why does the trucking industry have such a high turnover ratio on drivers? Is there something an owner-operator could offer better? Well, the turnover rate is the companies that don't treat people well. Because people love gainful employment and being treated with respect, but the fact of the matter is a lot of these big companies don't do that. They don't do that. I'm surprised Western Express doesn't have a 5,000% turnover ratio. I just don't see how anybody, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But yeah, it's a lack of pay and a lack of respect. That's the two things I've come up with. That's why the trucking industry has such a turnover rate. It has a little bit to do with people not knowing what they're getting into. A lot of people come into the industry and they think it's not going to be every day is going to be sunshine and 700 miles with no effort. And then they hit that wall of reality that at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's nobody to call. There's nothing to do but get your butt up out of bed and go drive in the pouring rain for 5 hours and then hit rush hour traffic. And you know what I mean? Like it's a grind some days. And I think that's a big part of it. A lot of guys just don't know what they're getting. Kelly's Kitchen in the house. What's up, Kelly's Kitchen? Everybody check out Kelly's Kitchen. That is a good channel. That's a good channel. I watched the crab cake video the other day. Was digging it. Definitely called the house and said, what are we doing about this? About my lack of crab cakes or salmon patties or whatever you want to call them. I was in there giving it hell. I was like, what's going on here? What's going on here? There's a link to Kelly's Kitchen if you guys want to check out Kelly's Kitchen. Let's see. Kelly's Kitchen says, people want to be away from home for so long. Trucking is hard on your body if you drive hard. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of reasons there's a lot of turnover in this industry. That's a big one too. Like look at a lot of these old truckers out here. Like look at some 60-year-old truckers. A lot of them not doing so well physically. And you can have all the money in the world, but I guess you could get a hip replacement, you could get shoulder replace. I don't know. Maybe I should just keep trucking and have them rebuild me over time, like the $6 million man. But yeah, being away from home, not being in control of that is a big part too. A lot of these companies, like Bernie Sanders was saying, you got to be out for a month. That is rough. Like being gone for a month can be rough. Like, as an owner operator, like if I just going by the house to eat dinner, like I did a few weeks ago, just having enough time to go to the house and eat dinner makes like your whole week better. So when you're gone for like weeks at a time, like just a couple days at home is like crazy good. So it's like, as an owner operator, you want to find ways to get to the house more, like Rick said, he moved to Missouri because it's in a good freight lanes, it's good freight lanes there. That is a good strategy to get home more. Like, if you live in an area where freight is good or a lot of freight goes through there, it does help. It does help. Captain Flatbed says Landstar has acquired a whole lot of equipment for sure. they'll be the next Swift. Yeah, I mean, when you've got that many trailers and trucks, you're gonna get some people that aren't the greatest at what they do. Captain Flatbed says, "Ha, SpongeBob Day at Cisco." Yeah, exactly. I was a Krabby Patty after that too. For sure. Um, yeah. It wouldn't have been so embarrassing, but it was in front of a bunch of people at the embassy suites. So, yeah, I'm sure at least 20 people saw it. It was one of those, swallow your pride moments, because it just ain't working. Save, what's up, brother? Says it's only 965 miles. How do I be just like you? I want $10 a mile like cash. $10 a mile. I wouldn't haul for $10 a mile. What are you talking about, Save? I wouldn't turn this key for $10 a mile. I'd burn this truck to the ground before I hauled for $10 a mile. No, man, that's like you're over $4 a mile. You know what I mean? You're in the. I'm gonna start a new club on YouTube called the $4 a mile club. I think that's what I need to do. I need to start a club, the $4 a mile club. Hell, I couldn't even be in the club right now. I'm not at the freight I'm hauling. I'm like it probably what am I hauling at? I'm not even at $3 a mile right now. Lord have mercy. I hope y'all will forgive me for hauling cheap freight. I think its load I'm hauling right now is about $250 a mile, maybe $240 a mile. I mean, I beg your forgiveness for ruining the market, guys. Let's see. Captain Flatbed says Kelly's Kitchen for sure. Run hard every day will wear you down. Yeah. I mean, you definitely start to notice it after a few days, or I do. I think I got to get in better shape too. I'm so out of shape. I eat garbage a lot. I try to eat right. Like tonight, I'm probably not even going to eat dinner. It's late enough now. There's no reason to cook dinner. So maybe that'll do me a little good. Skip a meal occasionally. So yeah, makes a difference. Lone Star Transport says private carriers usually have lower turnover rate. Yeah, private carriers typically have lower turnover rate because they treat people with respect most of the time, and they typically have, better pay. There's rhyme and reason to all that good stuff. Kelly's Kitchen says, at Captain Flatbed, you go, but play hard too. Yeah. It's all part of it. Captain Flatbed says, when I work offshore on a boat, we would make 90 to 120 day trips. Yeah, that's brutal, man. That's brutal. That wears on you. I heard Cryptoverse says some of those older guys are tough old birds. That is impressive what they can do. Yeah. I mean, I'm not knocking, older guys out here. I'm saying, like, you can see, when you see one of these guys that's been out here for 30 or 40 years, you can see the wear and tear. And you got to think, if they've made it 30 and 40 years, they're the survivors of it. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, they're probably 5% of what started, probably 1%, honestly. If a trucker's got 30 years of experience, I would say he's probably in the top 1 or 2% of guys, as far as his experience and living the life. That wears on you, man. That wears on you. So you got to think the guys you see out here that's been out here for 30, 35, 40 years, they're the survivors of it. It's like when you see that, that 2001 Volvo that's, in good condition, or you see that, you see that old W900, like that early 2000s, or that whatever truck, when you see that truck and that truck's 20, 25 years old, you're like, yeah, that's the survivor, because they probably made 500,000 of them, and there's probably 10 of them on the road. Let's see, where was we at? K-Safe, what's up, man? And K-Safe, what do you mean you're digging out? Like your Bitcoin money must be stupid these days, man. Like, how are you not worth like millions of dollars? Let's see. For you guys that don't know, K-Save is a guru. He told me, he was like, hey man, have you ever heard of this Bitcoin? And I was like, I don't know, what are you talking about? I got to looking into it. I bought some Bitcoin. I'm up like, I don't know. I'm up probably 200% on the Bitcoin. Maybe not that much, maybe like a 150, but I don't plan on ever selling it. You know, I'm just like, let it sit there. Maybe my kids will be rich because of it one day. I heart Cryptoverse. He knows his worth. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You got to know your worth. Don't be hauling up for under, $10 a mile. I'll see. Adco, great show again. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this one up. We've been rocking this show for 3 hours now. For 3 hours now. I think I'm losing my voice. K-Save says that's investment money. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. You don't want to go spending your savings just because, you took a month off, Alexandra in the house. What's up? Says, good evening, Mr. Cash. Hell Satan. Is that a taxi company? The Satan Taxi Company? Hell me a Satan cab. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I Heart Crypto versus ouch, you make trucking sound like the Hunger Games. Yeah, exactly. It sounds right though, for sure. It's more like the movie 300. This is Sparta. Lone Star Transports has been sitting here watching driver after driver park at the fuel pump, go in and come out 20 minutes later with a Wendy's bag and leave and not get a drop of fuel. So irritating to watch them block the pumps. Yeah, it is annoying. At night, I cut them a little slack at night. As long as you pull forward, number one, try to find a spot that's not the fuel island if you're not getting fuel. But if you have to pull forward, through the pumps and park in front of the pumps, I cut them a little slack at night because there's nowhere to park. But yeah, I mean, try not to park at the fuel islands at all possible. Now, if you pull into a super, super busy truck stop, park somewhere that's not convenient. As far as, park on the side of the light or something. Because you're not going to be there overnight. If you're just running in there to get Wendy's, there's nothing wrong with parking in, the no parking spot for 15 minutes, But yeah, a lot of them will park at the pump and then they'll go in and take a dump and then they'll go to Wendy's and yeah. I always say read the room, if the truck stop is dead as hell and there's 10 pumps and nobody's getting fuel, okay, pull up to the last far pump and go in and do what you got to do. But if it's one of those where there's a line to get fuel, don't pull up to block the pump to get fuel, or not me at least. Let's see, where was we at? K-Save says investment money is different to me. I keep it out of my mind. Yeah, that's what you got to do. If not, it becomes it's like your business money and your personal money. If you don't keep them separate, you start crossing lines, and then it's like, well, what's the whole point of Alexandra? Yeah, the Satan Cab Company. Hell me a Satan cab. I think they call that Uber these days. Captain Flatbed says safe travels. God bless. Keep the rubbers pointed down. Okay, yeah, use protection. According to Captain Flatbed, he says keep your rubbers pointed down. Alexandra says, I hope no one got caught in the snowstorm. It was wicked evil here in Iowa. Yeah, it looked bad. Rick N with a $5 Look at there, Rick N. Thank you. He says, I'm parked on the cat scale and leaving a note saying Cash said this was okay. Yeah. Yeah, do that, Rick. I don't know if you can see this vein in my forehead right here. It's finna pop out. It's finna pop out. Parking at the cat scale kills me. You know why? Because cat scale made this app for us. Right here. The cat scale made this very convenient app. And all you got to do is download this app and punch in your information. You don't even got to get out of your truck. You just hit weigh my truck, and the damn thing weighs your truck. It's that easy. It's that easy. But yeah, no reason to park on the cat scale. Thank you for the $5, Rick. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the super chats, everybody. Y'all killing me with kindness over here. Alexandra says, I hope no one got caught in the snow. Okay, yeah, that's what I was doing. Thank you reminding me, Rick. Rick threw me off. He got me riled up. It worked. All you got to do is mention parking at the damn cat scale, and I'll go on a 10-minute tangent. Yeah, I don't know about this storm. I'm trying to get an idea of what it's doing here. It looks, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Looks like it might be going up and over me. I hope so. Oh my God, I hope it goes over. Maybe they can have that cleaned up in the morning by the time I get there, and whoo, that thing goes all the way to Texas. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? Look at that. There it is. Come on. Oh my God. This is one of my beefs with, there we go. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a pretty nasty storm. It's quite large. But yeah, let me get back to the party here. Where was we at? Where we at? Yeah, that snowstorm does not look fun. I hope that's not a thing that I have to deal with. I got my fun the other day with the blizzard in Minnesota. I need like a day or two to recover. Yeah, Rick Ian knows how to get my blood pressure up. Chili Dog says, holy cow, you still live? Yeah, we're killing it over here. 3 hours and 16 minutes we're into this. Everybody hit that like button for me if you could. I'd appreciate that. Let's see. What'd you do, Chili Dog? Did you go to bed and wake back up? Yeah, Rick's got me. This was the most show and ice I've ever seen. Thank you, sir. Lone Star Transport says, have a great night. Everyone be safe. That winter weather. Yeah, no kidding. Kelly's Kitchen heard 10 inches in Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Come on, man. I'm so tired of the winter already. Is winter over? Can winter be over? Let's see. I was in Mississippi yesterday and it was 63 degrees. I have on shorts right now. And I guarantee you when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to have to put on pants. It's a total bummer. K-Safe says you can disable the timestamp on the Cat Scale app for the outlaw truckers. Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have that off on mine, K-Safe. Not because I'm trying to do anything illegal, but I think I may have hit the wrong button. Right. Chili Dog says, I went to the gas station and Walmart. All right. And you come back and Uncle Cash is still here rambling as a belligerent as ever. Let's see. Alexandra says that's not as bad as parking in a fire lane and blocking a shipper's entrance. Yeah, in the blizzard the other day, somebody was like parked in the Walmart exit, and he was making people go around him and go out the entrance. And I was like, thanks, guy. But I mean, it was coming a blizzard. So I cut him some slack. I had to cut him some slack. Chili Dog says, I had to get stuff for supper. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually glad we've done 3 hours of live here because I'm not even hungry at this point. So, yeah, that's worked out well. I'll cook those pork chops tomorrow. some point tomorrow. Guys, I think I'm going to hop off of here. It's been real fun. It's been real, and it's been fun. It's been real fun, as they say. Kelly's Kitchen says, everyone hit the like button. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Alexandra says, I went outside in my tank top and shorts this morning. Wind chill was 8. Yeah, forget that. I like my shorts, but I got to be within reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do my shorts. If it's snowing, I don't do shorts. If it's like 40-ish, 45-ish or below, I go pants. You know, just the way I am. I'm kind of a sissy. But guys, I'm going to hop off here. I've got to get up and get to trucking in the morning at some sort of hour, I guess. Probably need to leave here by at least 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So it's bedtime. Thanks, everyone, for coming in, hanging out for 3 hours and 19 minutes. You guys are awesome. And, yeah, take care of each other out there as always.